Thanks very much for that, Ian. The teams are setting themselves up here. The umpire's getting them organised. They're not in the position, and he's ready to throw the ball up, and they're still going.
Still walking backwards.
Yep. So for our viewers, the umpire holds this ahead. The red and white are the home side, Willunga, and because the other white team is McLaren. Up they go. In the centre goes up. Comes out by McLaren, but quickly picked up there through Willunga, who are kicking to the left of screen. Handball comes out quickly. Running player comes through. Goes all off over the top. One-handed mark in defence by McLaren. Well picked up. Goes out. Comes out. Finds his player out here wider. I reckon that one there is Tarek Radagalo. He comes up the flank, goes out there, taking the mark in front of his chest here is Jamie Smith. Sorry, no, it's not. It was Darcy Brown from McLaren Districts. They go up, goes over the back, right and true wing position. Umpire picks a free kick going to Willunga for too high. McLaren's for too high. Comes back out here to Max Gill. Gill puts the ball up on the forward flank, goes up and down, comes out there. McLaren's taken in front. And that one there is Leon Groves. So Leon Groves goes for a short kick. Oh, that's bad checking by Willunga then. It comes back into our player then in Max Gill, who was involved before. He goes short again. He goes off. Chipping in front is Willunga and Jack Redden. Ex-AFL player, first season here. Supposed to have been playing with his brothers, but he's the only one in. So they've either given up or they're injured. So Willunga goes back there, right in the teeth of goals now, goes back to Irvine. Irvine goes out, bounces it back up, comes around, just gets his handball away in the Job Colwell, and she goes in the forward pocket here, and McLaren makes sure they wrap it all up, and she gets up in here for a throw-up. Up she goes in the pocket. Ruckman goes up, Mills tries to get it, comes out wide, goes back down, bang, body comes in, McLaren's picked it up, they do the snap, goes through for a minor score. So there's the first score on the FBH scoreboard, with McLaren Districts 1 point to Willunga yet to score. Yeah. So they're chasing the ball up, Kevy. She's going right over the back. Missed the netting.
Yeah, the netting's too low, I reckon. But anyway, doesn't matter. We don't come here very often.
No. The Goolwa one's as high as the goalpost.
Yeah, it is.
I see Strathers set up the same too.
Oh, well, you don't lose any footballs that way, especially at Goolwa. They go out on the road. Anyway, the ball now be brought back into play. And that looks like that Burdett has got. Anyway, kick back into play now from that last behind. They fly for it. No one's got hold of it at the moment. Umpire calls play on. There's about 4 players on top of it there, and he will come in and toss it up. In comes the player. This umpire doesn't throw it up as high as what the other one does, but the other one almost throws it out of sight. The ball now is on the ground again, and they're just rolling around the ground out there, and the umpire will throw it up again. He comes in again, throws it up high, pushes it down there by McLaren. It's on the ground now. They've got hold of it, and they've got hold of him, and this could go like this all day, Trevor.
Yeah.
Anyway, the umpire's going to throw it up again. There's about the 6th throw up, and there hasn't been a free kick. Might happen again. Burdett's got it this time. And Burdett runs out, and I think he took that mark, didn't he?
Yeah, it
looked
right
like he
close,
did.
Didn't it?
And went to play on with it quickly, and here's a chance now for McLaren. They might have it here, well, they've got him as well. And the player there from Willunga was Jake Shervington. Umpire throws it up again. Up it goes, pushed down. I think he missed the player that who it was intended to go to, and again I reckon the ball's moved about 5 metres in the last probably minute or so. Boundary umpire comes right in. He watch out he doesn't come too far in. Throws it in, up it goes at the back of the pack. McLaren was, and Willunga have got it down there through Jack Redden. and Redden's kicked it in, or they got the McLaren player there. He tried to drop it on his boot, and he might have in the end. But the free kick now goes to the opposition, and Willunga will get it down there through Daniel Lee. Daniel Lee kicks it in short, and coming out there, the Willunga player takes the mark fairly easy, and that is Danny Juckers. A good association match, Trev.
Yeah, certainly was. He likes a big jump too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Anyway, he'll kick it just inside 50. In fact, he doesn't kick it inside 50 at all. He kicks it just inside another 15 metres further down, and the player now is right out in front, and that is Jack Redden again.
Yeah, he's getting a couple of early touches, isn't he, Kev?
Yeah, he's had about 3 or 4 already. Played AFL last year, one of the few players that's played AFL the year before he's come down here. Has a kick in, and he's only just made it, I think. And that is a goal to Jack Redden.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sale options, and they also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu. They're in your field.
Colts and Beta reserves were very close too, so we're expecting that the A-rate. Up they go. Bass gets it for Willunga, puts it all down. Ellis tries to get it out, can't. Quickly off a go goes Redden. He goes off into firing line up early. Up the forward ones for Willunga. He comes out, he gets wrapped up, finally gets a boot just to it. Comes up in the forward pocket now, collected beautifully. He'll go for rolling over. Umpire's gone him in the back, he said, and Willunga will be the recipients of the free kick.
A little bit lucky.
Yeah, he tried to get away.
He tried to do
had
too much.
Had an opportunity, so Matic Williams is a player with it, and he's probably...
If you want to do that much, you've got to expect to go for holding the ball, don't you?
Yeah, 35-degree angle, sharp here, no breeze down here, steps out, drives off, hangs that one. He'll be lucky to make a score on that one. The goal umpire comes across, but the boundary umpire was there and just looks at him, and but signalled a point there. So Matic Williams gets a single. So on the FBA scoreboard, 1-1 Willunga, 7 points to 1 point McLaren. Ball gone back out the back again, and the McLaren player has to go and get it. So primary score up that end. So for the listeners and for the viewers, that left of screen is to the school there, which is the Adelaide end. Quickly bring the ball back in, they do. McLaren's goes up over, up the wing now. Ellis gets it, he can't break it. Body work up, goes up, he gets wrapped up, and he goes down with the ball in a bear hug. And he turns around, still on the, just sort of on the forward flank here, slightly towards the wing. Up it goes, clubroom side, goes up, Bass can't get it out, aerial ping pong, can't get it through down there, and we've got a whistle on there, and it's a free kick to Willunga. Coming back over, goes to Altus. Altus goes out, finds his player out wide in Colwell. Colwell goes out wide again, and he finds his player out there. I reckon that's Hubert Hoke. Hoke with the ball, drives them now, up right up the forward pocket, up they go. Bass can't get to it, comes over the back, bodies on bodies in here, goes out, Willunga puts it out, Ellis gets it, he handballs out wider, goes out there now up the wing, and McLaren take this on their back flank. He comes inside, just gets it over the, late on that one there, and we turn around and gets around there to Tarek Radagolo. He's on the back flank, clubroom side. Slips over as he kicks it. Goes up, too far over. Goes onto it. Another swing by Willunga. Can't get away with it. McLaren picked it all up. Kicked off there. Comes off the body. No, bounced off the body.
Is it?
Yep. Kick went into the Willunga player and bounced off his body and across. And everybody's trying to claim it. But the boundary umpire here has got it well in control. Looks like a female one, so it goes up onto there, gets up, which is good to see. getting the ranks up, but Bass can't get the ball out. Handball comes back, and it goes straight to Willunga though. Gone back too far, goes up, now they're under pressure, and that's a good defensive mark there to McLaren Districts in the back pocket. Goes off, goes in, spots his player in at centre half back. That one there gets around onto there, and I reckon that's Vanderlure. Vanderlure goes out, finds his player out wider still. Vanderlure goes off again, goes over, up onto the wing now, comes out there, Willunga player in front, gets paid for too high, and it'll be a free kick to Marcus Burdett. Burdett with the ball, uses it really well, puts it all out, just short of the player diving down on it was Danny Lees. He goes up, forward flank, McLaren gets over, pushes it up, we've got a spoil for too high, so the contact was in the back of the head. Willunga recipients on the top side, right in the forward pocket. He's looking into the sun. Players are screaming and screaming and screaming and starting to get around now. There's everybody in the forward lines again.
Yeah,
no,
everyone.
We've got one bloke sitting in the, for Willunga sitting in the square. So it goes up right out on here, over the top. Goes through for a minor score only, so goes on. McLaren's quickly bring it out. It goes around onto there. They go underway, Kevy. So
yes, it is marked down there by McLaren, and I reckon the player there might have been the 24, Matthew Marrett. And further down it goes now, and there's another mark taken out there by McLaren. They're still a long way from scoring area there, and the good kick in to the forward line down there has gone, but the player there was grabbed hold of and pulled away from the ball then by Willunga. Oh, two players went straight at the ball. One has gone down on the ground, and he may have got hurt there. Looks like he's rolling around the ground. He may be not in a good condition, but anyway, play's allowed to go on over that far side, as well away from the what could be an injured player out there.
Yeah, well, there's two of them, Kevy, because the McLaren Districts players just got up from the ground too, and he's limping, so he's got one on the ankle or the thigh. But
they actually ran almost straight at each other, didn't they?
Yeah, they both went down.
Anyway, the plays now is allowed to go on.
Forward pocket. Into
the forward pocket. The boundary umpire throws it in down there. It goes right out towards the boundary line. Willunga had that, and that was a doubtful hand pass too. McLaren had got it, and down they go, and they go with it with Ellis. Ellis goes down. That's not a good kick by Ellis. Normally he's a pretty good kick. He always finds someone, but this time he didn't.
Legs taken out of Burdett. No, sorry, it wasn't. Yeah,
and Willunga's got the ball out there now through Cameron McDonald, and he kicks it into the centre of the ground. Oh, he probably got a whack around the ear, he did then as well, and got the free kick. And here's a chance now with a player there from McLaren. He was a bit harshly dealt with then, and he could have almost got a free kick out of that, but didn't. And the umpire will throw it up. Up it goes. Push down. Here's a chance down there now for Willunga, and he's got the free kick. It was a good kick in there by, well, the mark. It's gone there to 36, and that is Gareth Renfrey. And the player with the ball there is number 49, Scotty Brown.
Long sleeves, Kevin. You should pick that, you know.
He's been around for a long, long time, hasn't he? Scott Brown there from 20 metres. Slight angle. Shouldn't worry him. He's a back pocket player, though, after the time.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he? He run a lot.
In he goes now with the kick, and he's quite happy with that one too. And Scott Brown's put through a goal.
Beachside Bedding next to Habra Pharmacy is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, AH Beard and Adriatic Slumber. Mary and her team at Beachside Bedding also offer a beautiful range of locally made Fluorio furniture. Beachside Bedding offers free delivery and old mattress removal, and it's open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Habra. Always competitive on price with real product knowledge. Beachside Bedding.
The last 2 years, haven't they?
Yeah, then they just sort of put the foot and get out of it, don't they? Up they go. Laurie goes up, can't get out. Bass gets it. He seemed to throw that out. Goes up, it goes in the ring. Gets stripped on the one out there. Comes out quickly. Handballs by McLaren's, can't get away with it. Comes back up there. He gets wrapped up. Comes out. Willunga pushing it forward. Redden kicks it off the ground. Goes forward again. They sock it off again. Comes back down. Brown can't get it all, beautifully intercepted with a hand in there by Willunga. Goes into the forward pocket, clubroom side, and it will be a ball up. They're certainly putting the pressure on them, so Willunga realise that if they can get the scalp on this, it'll be a big boost for finals starting to come up. Up they go. Backhander comes out through there with Willunga in Shervington, so he's rucking for them also. So they've got some height too in Willunga here. It goes in the back pocket, and Vanderloo gets it for McLaren Districts. He drives this ball up, comes straight down the wing. Up she goes. Bass thumps it back down, goes over. Slipping over though. Over looks in good condition, but it is soft. Up and down it goes. Kick forward beautifully out there. Comes out to Willunga. Will he get it? Holds it in. Kicks it in. Comes off the boot. It'll have to be a throw in. You can't claim that. No, it come right on the shin. You can't. It's got to be off the foot lower. You won't pick it up from that, so you have to throw it in. She wouldn't have seen that. Redden thinks he's got it, but nah, you can't pick that one out as a throw-in. You have to put it as a throw-in.
He knows that.
Yeah.
He's just trying to put it over, I think.
Yeah, he socketed it off the ground and hit the McLaren's player coming in, but I reckon it was just below the the knee on the shin, and it's got to virtually be low on the foot. So goes up there, rolls on top of it, and there's a free kick to McLaren. Dived on the ball, but they were crudely done onto him by Willunga, and he gets the recipient of the free kick. Drives this ball up, straight up it goes. Charla goes up and he grabs that one above his head. So Charla for McLaren's Joel goes off, drives it back up to centre half forward. Up they go, bodywork goes up, comes back down. The whistle's gone. It looks like a free kick going to Willunga. I didn't think he was anything in there but him, but still. And it goes to Hugo Hoke. Goes out wide, fix out there, and he finds this big ruckman out there in Shervington. Shervington goes off. He finds his player in Redden. Redden steps around, goes off again, drives it up. Not a good kick, straight to the opposition player then. Goes out, comes back up and comes across again, and that's Mills. So Mills for Willunga on the back flank now. Drives off, puts it all up towards the wing. Out they go. Coming out from there is Cody Ellison for McLaren's. So he's on the wing position, true wing. Drives McLaren's back into attack. Puts it all up forward, over the top. Good body work there by McLaren's. Just held him underneath it and comes back out for a kick. Lines up, doesn't look comfortable having a shot at it. Goes in, up they go. Big leap up there, can't get on it. Ellis can't get hold of it. Tackle comes out, Willunga get it out. Handball goes back again. Picks up over there. McLaren picks over, picks up quickly there by Goma for McLaren's. Turns up, froth that one around the air and then sort of swing in the air as Ellis comes through. Ellis picks the ball up. He's pushed over the boundary line. It'll be a throw-in on the forward flank for McLaren's clubroom side with 2-2 Willunga, 1 point McLaren on the FPA scoreboard.
And we've been playing for nearly 18 minutes in this first quarter. Umpire throws it in. In it goes, taken out down there by a McLaren player there in number 21, and that is Elijah Ware.
Out in the untouched though, Kevy, so Willunga have gone off out of it.
And now the ball comes out loose, and Willunga had hold of it then, and were dispossessed of it, and the kick goes in there, and Willunga take the mark. Quick hand pass down the ground, and it goes on over that far side of the ground, and out in the middle, the player's out there by himself. He takes it, Hutchins. And that is Cameron Hutchins. And he kicks it into the full forward area. And I don't know what they're doing out here. Waxing kicks just about at the moment. Willunga doing it pretty easy. And there's a mark taken by Braden Altus. Just a nice little distance out, Trev.
Yeah, directly in front.
Yeah,
just as
25, 30 metres out. It's almost straight in front.
Just checks the flag to see
where the wind's coming from. And it's not too much. Nah. So he should be able to get in here and kick that. If he doesn't kick this one, he's going to miss a lot more in his career. And Looks like he's put that one straight through.
Don't be the next victim of a home invasion.
Pull over. Let's rob this joint.
Great Southern Security will install a home security system with monitored alarm to protect your home or business. They also provide CCTV, mobile patrols, cash transit, event security and a test and tag service.
Looks like this place has got its own secretary.
What do you mean, secretary?
That sign.
You idiot, that's security. This place has got an alarm.
Visit greatsouthern.security.com.au.
Comes up, Willunga, breakaway, comes over quickly to Meagle. Meagle goes out wide, puts it up the full forward area, comes out onto it. McLaren's trying to hold it all up, comes out the back, quickly out there and goes forward in Goma. He can't get rid of it and it's still on the forward flank and it'll be a forced ball up. So comes over, up they go, Ruckman clash, off they go, goes over, picks up quickly there by McLaren. Boom! He gets shirt fronted on and sat in his backside. As I said, nice little man bun on top of his head there. A lot of girls would be pleased to have some hairdo like that. So up it goes, comes back there, Meagle gets it, turns around, kicks it all in, then he gets slung down afterwards, turns around, breaking through is Willunga. They wrap it up. Can't get out through there, and that one goes into there, and it'll be another ball up where it was just
almost got
30 seconds ago.
Free kick then too out of that.
Yeah, they're certainly getting in. Up they go. Nobody can get it out. Comes over quickly, picked up there by Hoke. Hoke goes forward, comes out. Aldous. Aldous can't get the ball up. Turns around, crash comes into the pack, and McLaren's will be recipients of a free kick. Goes back out here to Stuart Green. Stuart Green drives out the clubroom side. Up they go. Push from the back. Thump comes down forward. Goes out. McLaren's gets up. He'll step over the boundary line. And it'll be a throw in on the forward flank. Boundary umpire comes around once again. Sets herself up. Ruckman shielding it off so the sun's getting low. Throws all up. Up they go. Comes back down. Quick out there, try to get it through Dello. Dello can't get it out for McLaren's, and the umpire comes in for a central throw up. Still on that forward flank, clubroom side. Bodywork goes up, comes out, turns around. Willunga puts it out wide, pitches it all over. He gets thrown up, and then he gets held around. Well done by the McLaren's player then. He could have slung him and let him go, but he kept hold of him and kept him upright. So
could have thrown him in the fence too.
Well, they've learned, haven't they, that they can't sling him, and he wasn't going to let him go because he knew he'd lose it. Well done. So up it goes, comes out there, quickly picked up there by Willunga. The kick was smothered though, comes back into the grounds here, turns around, ball can't come out through Altus, goes over quickly to Danny Lees, goes over, McLaren's push it in, forced it all over it, and they rush through a behind there. So in the FPA scoreboard, 3-3 Willunga 21 to 1 point McLaren.
And McLaren want to get on with the game very quickly. 22 minutes 43 seconds gone in the first quarter. Over the back of the pack it goes, and goes to the advantage out there of Willunga. Goes to Brett Meagle. Ball now comes in, and there's a long kick into the forward line down there by Braden.
You've got to pay that one. You can't come from the face and hit him like that and to spoil.
Anyway,
he's
the ball
out of bounds.
Ball play goes on down there, and free kick being paid out there for
Max Gill.
Hanging on to Gill, and puts his boot into it.
Oh, he kicked straight to the opposition.
He couldn't have picked him out better if he tried. And
Burdett.
Willunga come down through Burdett. The mark has gone over there to Sam Rennie, and now the ball's right into the forward line again, and this is right on the 50-metre line. There's a kick going out there, and this is at the back of the pack. The mark has been taken, and this will be interesting to see if he can kick it from there, because he could be on a reasonably tight angle there, and that is number 1 out there, Danny Lee. So if he goes right back, he could straighten it up a bit.
Yes, yeah, still that tight angle, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Wind I think, is coming from behind him, so it'll be pushing the ball.
I think if he's a right footer, he'll be right. If he's a left footer, he's going to find it pretty difficult.
Yeah, he's a right footer.
In it comes out.
We tried it.
It's hit the
Slams
post.
it in.
Should get more for hitting the post, don't you reckon?
Shouldn't, yeah, he should be getting half a point, shouldn't you? Had 0.5s. Out they come, McLaren's quickly come over to Ellis. Ellis has got the ball now, comes out to the wing, up they go. Mills can't get up onto it. Turn around high, one the umpire, didn't see it. He turned around right on the wing. There's a ball up there, and that one there was Meagle. So, central umpire throws it all up. Up they go, passed out there by Bass, turns around, Ellis didn't have the ball, they get stumped onto it and it goes over the boundary line for a repeat. Umpires today is Simon Thompson and Nathan Salt. I reckon we had Nathan Salt last week, so 2 weeks straight.
I reckon that's
Still don't ask me which one's which one.
No, I think this one might be Nathan Salt.
So up it goes, comes back down now, on the ball. Willunga gets the ball up, Redden can't get it, gets it all out. Kick comes back now, goes up in the full forward position, goes up, McLaren's in front, bang! Willunga try to get over it. Tackle comes out, comes over to Aldous. Aldous goes with his left foot, puts it all up, goes over the back, up and down, comes over. The umpire goes off the boundary as he paid it.
Oh, he's paid that, hasn't he?
Paid the mark. Probably just lucky he got the ground to come in, but it come out pretty quick too, so picked it all up, just trying to pick up who he is on it, so we'll wait for him to go around. Drives in, an easy shot in front, he gets it, so he goes around 24.
Let's talk about your new shed. You want it tough, you want it to look good, you want it to last for years. You want ShedX Fluorio, the experts in design and construct. If you can dream the shed, they can build the shed. Dream it, design it, build it with ShedX Fluorio. From initial design through to finished construction, your project is in trusted hands with ShedX Fluorio. Quality workmanship and experience you can trust. ShedXFluorio.com.au.
So far.
That boundary umpire there, she's a good runner, but she's
Yeah,
a bit
just
more oomph needed in throwing the ball in.
yeah. I reckon she missed a bad one just back up in here.
She did,
I
yeah.
even heard him out in the corner here saying that it was over, and I thought it was well and truly, but she'll learn.
Yep.
Up they go in the centre. Bass gets it for Willunga,
Yeah.
drives it out right up to full forward again. Up they go down. Comes straight around again to Lee. Lee goes through and he misses that one, and that's 2 points that Daniel Lee's got. Willunga go to 4-5, which is a good lead now on the first quarter to McLaren Districts, 1 point on the FPAG scoreboard.
Yeah, not far from quarter time. As the ball will be brought back in by McLaren Districts. It's taking his time to bring it back in. Decides to go almost straight down the ground, and coming out there the mark has been taken by Matthew Merritt from McLaren. He's taking his time out here to do with it.
Yep, he knew the clock was coming, I think,
Yeah.
Kevy, so
Yeah.
goes on to there. So quarter time here at Willunga, we have the home side Willunga on 4-5 to McLaren Districts, 1 point. So we'll get the scores from around the grounds. This is 90.1 Happy FM, Great Southern Footy, Match of the Round, on air and YouTube.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 161 Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour. Do you want instant cash? Drop off your deposit bottles and cans and scrap metal today at South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots in Victor Harbour, Goolwa and Yankalilla. South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots offer undercover drop-off facilities, and the Goolwa depot is open 7 days a week.
To see opening times, the latest prices and the items that can be dropped off for recycling, visit southcoastrecycle.com.au.
With over 180 years of farming family know-how behind us, ProStock Livestock will help you with all your livestock needs. ProStock will get you the best price for your livestock when buying or selling, and will even help you muster and transport them. Wherever you are across the Fleurieu Peninsula or anywhere in South Australia, we'll offer you the highest quality, professional yet personal service. So give ProStock Livestock a call to discuss your needs today. Visit us online at prostock.com.au.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sale options, and they also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu. They're in your field.
Back to the fellas at the Oval there at Willunga, Kevin Curran and Trevor Pryor.
And we've got some of the scores here in Willunga, a 4-5 to McLaren Districts, 1 point. Goolwa Port Elliot, here's a turn up. Goolwa Port Elliot are 5 goals, 2 to Mount Compass, 3 straight goals. Langhorne Creek, 3 goals, 2 to Strathalbyn, 4 points. And Maiponga Selix, 6 goal, 4 to Yankalilla, 1 point. So some
go Yank.
Interesting score there. Yeah, go Yank. I think they're going to have to start going very quickly.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to sort of be on them at the stage with it there. And Maiponga Selix, they lost last week, didn't they, in the wet? So very unusual. As I said, when you talk about Maiponga side playing in the wet,
they don't like it.
Not doing any good. So shows how the guard has changed up through there. So. But here at the moment, Willunga have got themselves in a handy position, 4-4 lead in the first quarter. Starts to get around that stage that it's very, very handy. Anything above that can become dangerous. And so they've brought the game out to here. And of course the big decision now will be 4 quarters of football to play. And but it'll be a good scalp to get if they can take it, knock off the undefeated McLaren Districts, which went through last season unbeaten.
They haven't lost a game for 2 years.
That's what I mean. Into this season, they've still won them all so far. So they're, I don't know whether they'd really be too worried about if they lost one. No. But if they got hammered, you'd be just a frightfully little bit worried. And you sort of get on. You think, well, at some stage the odds are going to go that you will lose it. And of course, you only hope that it's not that dreaded time when it gets the GF, the grand final, Kevy. When
it has happened.
Yeah,
it has happened.
Many a sides you've seen undefeated. You think go out and then the candle burns and they lose what you think was theirs.
And next week, of course, there's no local football. It's the South Australian Country Championships on next week at in the Barossa Valley, and so the Southern Zone will be playing. There'll be Great Southern combined with Southern Football League.
That's in Newryupta, isn't it?
Newryupta, yeah, yep. in the Riverland. No, not Riverland, in the Barossa.
So we're almost ready to get underway here again. Reverse is coming up now. McLaren Districts will kick to the end that Willunga were, so they're going to the left of screen. Willunga will go to the right of screen, which is back towards Yankalilla, more down the coast. And of course, left of screen is actually towards the hills or Adelaide. Umpire holds it aloft here, and we get underway for the second quarter. Up they go. Turns around. Laurie gets it out for McLaren's. He wraps up the Willunga player, and it goes in for a ball up, still in that centre square. In he comes. Bass for Willunga. Laurie for McLaren's. Goes out by Bass. Gets a big fist forward. Goes up quickly to Redden. Redden's in everything, showing his class. Picked up beautifully up there by turn around Sam Rennie. Sam Rennie goes forward. Bounces up and down and around. Turns around. Comes back around the post. He ran around the point post. Get there. McLaren's kicks it out. Knocks out forward, comes up the back flank, handball goes over, quickly they get it, comes up to the wing position, over the back, Can't get it. Ellis bends down below. Then he goes off, so he can't get it, so he sockers it forward. Nobody for McLaren up there, but he gets onto there quickly, and Cam goes forward, kicks it all off.
And Ellis kicks a goal.
Ellis.
Beachside Bedding next to Habra Pharmacy is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, AH Beard and Adriatic Slumber. Mary and her team at Beachside Bedding also offer a beautiful range of locally made Fluorio furniture. Beachside Bedding offers free delivery and old mattress removal, and is open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Habra. Always competitive on price with real product knowledge. Beachside Bedding.
Down to pick up who the player was for, which was Lachlan Cam, and didn't see him got it. He got to the ball first, but Ellis was still coming through, so it worked out well, Kevy.
Ball thrown up in the centre. Up it goes. Oh, good, and pushed down then by McLaren. Comes out, and there's plenty of white jumpers out there after it this time. Comes out towards the boundary line, right out in front of the...
Colwell made happy to go over,
right
in
out
front
of
of
the
us.
Outside bar, and ball's kicked in now, and it's gone out here to number 27,
Bowley.
Alex Bowley. He comes in and he kicks it down the wing. Down it comes. McLaren were behind then, and they're going to get the ball again back into the area down there, waiting for the ball to come in. There was Joel Charlotte kicks it in at the back of the pack. Oh, here's a chance for McLaren to get themselves another goal, but off target, and one behind only, so it's 1-2 to McLaren, 4-5 to Willunga on our FBA scoreboard.
Certainly is. Ball gets collected. Marcus Burdett with it.
Geez, he has some kicks in the game, doesn't he?
Yeah. Trouble is, kickers don't really count as stats, Kev. So after they come, steps inside, goes off. Well, it's a free kick, isn't it? You don't earn it. Yeah. So it goes right up in the back flank, and a great mark there by McLaren Districts in there in Billy Charler. He goes off into the centre. Spoil comes up, goes over. Marcus Burbeck gets it, back pedals off, goes back along the wing again, up there and spots his player out there. Handball goes off, comes over to Redden. He's certainly on the march today. Comes off, drives in, picks up his player out here on the wing, and that goes around there, and I reckon that's Hugo Hulk. He goes off up there and a good jump forward there, and that one goes around to Daniel Lee, Daniel Lee with it. He's got the long sleeves also, sets himself up, drives off, short kicks in, goes in, finds his player out there, and that's right around there, and his partner in crime is Scott Brown. Brown goes off, goes into full forward, Spoil comes up for McLaren's, goes up, Hoke gets it again, kicks off there, smothered off the back, McLaren's takes it over the boundary line, and it'll be a throw in the forward pocket for Willunga, this time club room side. Boundary umpire was waiting for it, the crowd's got it and they don't want to give it to her. Now she's got it. Lines herself up, comes in, umpire tells her to come inside the boundary line, gets it up, it's pretty good going, up it goes, comes out quickly, picked up there by Willunga. Handball goes over to Colwell, Colwell lines up, he goes out, he goes around, misses that one, so they finish up with another point. They go to 4-6 on the FBA scoreboard, 1-2 McLaren.
And they'll chase the ball up now and get it ready to kick it back in. So he can find it out there.
Yep, he's got it. He's sitting there waiting to play.
Anyway, it's kicked in over that far side of the ground, and there's a mark taken down there by McLaren. Ellis kicks it back in it goes, and player behind there, he reckons he took it, but I think
Mills, I can come off the man in front of
taken it first. So the umpire is right on the ball there, and he'll throw it up. Up it goes. In it goes, it's knocked down, and the big fella there goes through, kick off the ground down there by number 20, and that was Joe Colwell for McLaren. And the ball goes further down the ground, and This could be another kick down the ground by Willunga, and by the time they sort themselves out here, the central umpire will have it and throw it in. In it goes. Up they go again. Ball's now on the ground. They're trying to get it down, but there's just too many around the ball at the moment. They're trying to push it out. Finally McLaren do, but only goes as far as the player's hands on top of it, and it's gone over now, right over on that far side of the ground, and the ball will go across the boundary line and out of bounds. So it's out of bounds. Brilliant sunshine in here today, a bit different to last week, but beautiful today. Trev will be delighted to take the thing down today, won't it?
Oh, certainly will be.
And the ball's thrown in again. In it goes. A little bit short then, I think, to throw in, but it's on the ground and it's across the line it goes, and the umpire will throw it in. On the far side of the ground, on the high side of the ground, you'd call it, here at Willunga, and the boundary umpire's got hold of it and he will chuck it in. In it comes. Push down. Oh, he nearly threw him on the ground, but it didn't happen in the end. Play now, they're going in fairly hard with this, and the ball will come out down there through. That wasn't Marcus Burdett, was it?
Yeah, it was. Going on.
And now the ball's gone right down the other end.
Oh, he dropped it.
And he's dropped it. And that is, but McLaren's got hold of it now. Willunga player dropped it. He was right in front of goal then. A great spot. If he'd have taken the ball, would have been a certain goal. And McLaren still got it. Goes in, and that is a good mark taken down there by number 12 in Tarek Ridagolo. And down it goes. Oh, he slipped over just at the wrong time down there. That's the McLaren player. And down the ground they've got McLaren have gone out there, and that was Sam Rennie, I think, for Willunga.
Yeah, free kick to McLaren's front on contact.
And
yeah, go.
There's a kick right down the forward line, and the mark has been taken out there by
Charla.
Joel Charla. I think Joel Charla's a bit too far out to score from here.
Yeah, he's got a kick outside the 50, doesn't he?
Well outside the 50. I don't know how far over he is. Oh, no,
I think the player's right on it.
Yeah. And
got hold of it.
That is a good kick, but just offline, and that is another point to Willunga. They go to 4-7 now. And our FP Ag scoreboard to McLaren, 1-3.
Yeah, as I said, McLaren's are coming at them, but they just can't pick up these goals. 1-3, they're going on. They need to make 6 pointers out of these. Comes up here, goes onto it. Over the top, Spoil comes off. Now there comes to Hoke. Hoke gets the ball, goes off forward, just short of his player. Recovers well, goes straight over to Rennie. Goes over now. The running players of Willunga goes out there, up on the forward flank, turns around, smack back into play, goes up there. McLaren's can't get it to it, and it turns around. It's going to be hot potato into there. Players are onto it. The umpire comes in and fixes out a free kick coming around to McLaren Districts. Goes up here now
69,
to Goma. William Goma. It's in the back pocket. Goes off, drives this ball up, hangs it up. Bass goes up for Willunga and takes it in front of the pack. And it's true on the wing in front of the players' race. Goes out, goes off into there, and there's an intercept there by the McLaren Districts player in the back lines. He looks up. No real movement. It's not looking for McLaren. They're just a bit stagnant. Sort of shocked a bit, I think. Goes out there. Bass gets it. I don't think he got to it. Oh, the umpire, she's there and says he did just get his hand to it before the line, so he could have let that one go and it would have been a free kick, but now it's a throw-in right in the interchange. Over here on the clubroom side. Top side's different here. It's a clubhouse up the top side, but the clubroom's down the bottom. So he comes out onto here, goes over, quickly picked up by Willunga, goes forward. Spoil comes from behind, off hands. She goes into the forward flank for another throw-in. Going up onto there, we've got 10.5 minutes gone for the second quarter.
Not many goals though.
Nah, we'll give her a round up
That
of the scores in a
one,
minute. Oh, she throws that one down low around, turns around, the umpire calls it out for a push in the back and comes over here to Willunga for Jake Shervington. Shervington goes up, can't make the distance, up to full forward, goes out, comes out, McLaren's quickly get the ball, drives this out now. Ellis is on the run out here, coming out the back flank, going up the wing. He overruns it unusual, picked all up, now it goes back to Ellis. Ellis steps inside, handballs back, players under pressure, gets it back out, and he turns around, the whistle go, and I reckon the umpire's got him for, no, looks like he's pushed him down to the tackle, and they'll get the kick. Quickly hands on to Vanderloor. Vanderloor goes for McLaren's bad kick and goes straight in the opposition's hand, and Jake Shervington goes off to Colwell. Colwell, that was a shocker too. Turns around, picks up into there, and Max Gill gets it. He slides over, can't get up to her, and comes up to Marcus Burdett for a free kick. Burdett now goes for a longer forward, goes up, out comes there. That'll be a free kick anyway for hanging on, and that goes to Daniel Lee. So Daniel Lee, still just on that forward position for the flank. He's up the top side, comes back inside, finds out, misses his player, turns around, bad luck, gets up there, gets wrapped up there in turn around Danny Irvine, and it'll be a ball up on that forward flank for Willunga. Players, quite a lot of players around the ball now. Comes in packs with it, goes off, quickly picked up by McLaren's, goes forward up there, and that's a good strong mark overhead out there to McLaren's in Elijah Ware. So Elijah Ware for McLaren Districts gets up to have a shot. He'll kick probably from around about the 40-42 metre mark. Slight angle, he's on the top side, no wind to worry about, just needs to get his boot into it. Drives up, gets under it, drives it all up. Umpire looks reasonably happy. He comes back to send us a good indication, indicates a goal.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 161 Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
Strathalbyn 4 points. Maiponga Selleck 6-4 Yank 1 point. Up with the centre, it goes up and down, comes back down. McLaren's now trying to recover. Willunga pushing it forward, picks it all up. McLaren goes back, drops the ball. That'll be hold. Ooh, yeah, he did. I didn't think goes up, and it comes around to McLaren's to Willunga and Hugo Hoke. Hugo Hoke, long way out, turns around, drives it up, gets it off in the inside toe, goes up in the forward lines, hanging onto there. And it's going to be a free kick. Which way? We're going to Willunga, I'm presuming. Could pick him up, so it comes back out to Daniel Lee. So obviously a bit of hanging on going in there. Lee's kicked 2 points so far, directly in front. You would think you could give him this one.
Yes, well,
he steps himself in, not
well,
very
he's
far
not
at
going to
all.
be too far out, and he's going to be straight out
from
in front.
30, kicks from about 35, puts it all up. He looks happy and goes round. The umpire comes back. He indicates the goal, so Daniel Lee gets...
Don't be the next victim of a home invasion.
Pull over. Let's rob this joint.
Great Southern Security will install a home security system with monitored alarm to protect your home or business. They also provide CCTV, mobile patrols, cash transit, event security and a text and tag service.
Looks like this place has got its own secretary.
What do you mean, secretary?
That sign.
You idiot, that's security. This place has got an alarm.
Visit greatsouthern.security.com.au.
I've seen teams that have been home and hose at half time and actually get run over. They've got nothing left on them. So
yeah, that's right. You can use all your petrol in one go, can't you?
Yeah.
Umpire tosses it up high in the centre of the ground this time, and across the ground it goes, and this is going to bounce straight across the line without being touched, and it will be kicked back in by Willunga and Sam Tregenza, and Tregenza will kick it in. Not a bad kick by Tregenza down the ground. And here's a chance now for Willunga again, and that is Sam Rennie that's got hold of it now and kicks it further down the ground. And it's well within scoring distance, I would think, from where the ball is now. But the umpire says give it to me and I'll throw it up. Which he does do. And up it goes. There it goes down towards McLaren's goal down there, and the McLaren player there falls over, and I think he's going to get the advantage of the free kick.
Ready to go,
and here he is right in front of the Willunga dressing room. And he's got it here.
Gomer, is it? And that's the secretary's lad that of the club, and a kick further down there by Sam Tregenza, back again, gone over there, and the player there, he's got a long time to get rid of that, and I think he's gone. He is. Vanderloo's rewarded,
and the free kick goes out here too. And someone stood away from it and just let Tom Messenger run through and take the mark.
Williams with the ball now.
And he's going to be lucky if this stays in.
Oh.
It's not going to stay through. In fact, I think it hits the fence on the full. So they'll be able to kick it back again. That's McLaren. So they kick it back. This one will stay in this time, and it's just pushed across down there by the two players that were going for the mark, and a throw-in will result. This time it's right in front of the, not too sure what that is down there, whether that's the interchange, is it?
Yep.
And from the throw-in now, it's gone over there, and down goes a Willunga player, and he will give the ball back to the umpire. Back it goes to the umpire. Belted down straight. That was a good knockdown then by the ruckman, and the ball comes back again, and this one's going to go over the fence again, I would think.
Yep.
It is across and it's a free kick to McLaren. It's hard to call them McLaren Districts now. We used to do that, and we got told off for it.
Yeah, no, they've changed, but yeah, they're still McLarens. It's easy to call.
Yeah. Anyway, the ball's kicked back in. There's a good mark behind the pack down there, and that was taken down there by Cody Ellison. And it's
Danny Irvine defensively picks the ball up. He goes out wide and finds Colwell on the back flank for Willunga. Top side up there, in front of the club room, the clubhouse. So he goes. You can see there. Then he goes back. So Willunga have gone backwards more to the back pocket. Now he kicks forward again, and he finds his player in, I reckon it's Redden. Redden comes out. He comes over, finds his player further down the ground there in Remfrey. He goes over, finds his player out there in Dukas. Dukas handballs off, finds his player who messes it up, comes out. McLaren's, they've messed it up too. Lee picks it all up, goes over, handball. He drops the ball, could have gone for it. He turns around, might get the head high there to Lee. And you turn around, it'll be a free kick for Daniel Lee for a high tackle. He's on the back flank here, goes off, kicks out wide again, goes out wide there, and he finds his player out there quickly, and that's Sam Tregenza. Sam Tregenza goes off now, goes out the flank, goes over, and he finds Redden. He's certainly built like he can play good footy, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Tall and, sort of just no real fat or anything on him.
He played AFL last year.
That's what I mean, moves well. So kick goes forward, and it finds the defensive side there for McLaren's. McLaren's now come out the clubroom side. They go out there and they find their player here, and that one there is Leon Groves. Groves goes off. Vic Willunga drops it, finds it all out, messed up that a bit, comes out to Charla. Charla can't get it, sockers it off the ground this time, goes right forward, up into the pocket goes, comes out there, Mills, he gets shoved out the road, handballs, working it out by himself, kicks off in, goes too far back. Willunga now, pick it all up, he throws it out to Hoke. Hoke gets the ball here now, off they go, down to the wing, goes out there, and that's a good stretch, and one into there. I reckon that's Daniel Lee again. He's certainly putting in a bit too. Lee now goes forward, goes up there short, and he finds his player further forward. Still around the interchange zone there, and that one there is Sam Rennie. Rennie goes right up to full forward, over the back. McLaren's get the fist out. Out they come. Pick the ball up, handballs it off, comes over to Charla. Charla puts, off to Vanderloo. Vanderloo puts the ball up, goes off, comes out through there, and that one there trying to get out of there was Dello. He can't get it. The ball goes off, and it goes over the boundary line, and I reckon she'll be on the full, so it'll be a free kick to Vanderloo in the back pocket.
So I had to work out which way that wind's blowing down there.
It was coming straight into our face here, Kevy, if we had the window open.
Yeah, but it's...
So it goes forward now, finds his player out here in Tarek Redagolo. So McLaren still in their back flank though, still under pressure. Steps inside, drives off now, comes up the club room side. Up they go, up and down, can't get it, hits the ground, out they go. Pins out there Colwell. Colwell goes over to Redden. Redden lines up, drives out wide, finds his player stuck out there, and that goes straight into the hands there of Maddock Williams. So we're getting time, nearly 22 minutes gone, so we're heading into time on. Williams goes off now, puts across goals, up and down. Oh, couldn't quite grab it out there. Willunga get the ball up, puts it all over, hangs it all up in there, turns around, goes wrong there, goes over there and misses for a minus point to Sam Rennie. So, and quickly they play on. Goes out there, and on the back flank there, marking the ball for McLaren's is Matthew Merritt. Matthew Merritt turns around, doesn't want to push off now, he gets told to play on, brings it up to the wing, up they go. Charla can't get up to it, turns around, over there, Burdett gets it, he misses his target, unusual, turns around, goes up, handball goes out to Colwell. Colwell goes out wider again, picks over, McLaren's got onto it, turns around, I've blown the whistle I think, and it's going to be the free kick to McLaren's for holding the ball. Goes back out there through there in Jamie Smith. He goes out and finds Vanderloo. Vanderloo comes all up. He turns around, gets 25 I think. Yep. Turns around, quickly plays on, right up to full forward now. It goes up there. Mills goes up and down for Willunga and intercepts it in the back lines. Off he goes out wide, finds his player out wide out there. That one there could be... No, it wasn't Mills. He comes back in, into Mills again. So they've had 3 kicks and they're turned around and have gone backwards. Up they come there, out there. They're coming out to meet the ball quickly there is Willunga there in Renfrey. Renfrey goes off, finds his player inside. That one's there is Hutchins. Hutchins goes up there. Strong mark from behind by McLaren's out there. And that comes up there to Jamie Smith. Jamie Smith goes out, finds his player there in Billy Charla, and the 5-7 Willunga, 2-3 McLaren, the FPA scoreboard.
Yes, and we've been playing, what is it at the moment? 23 minutes.
Nearly 24.
Nearly 24. And Willunga get the ball and kick it back down there towards there.
Yeah, Daniel Lee then goes out and finds Brown.
And Brownie, who was a great back pocket player, now trying to become a goal kicker.
Yeah, as I said, it's good if you want to extend a couple of these players sometimes, it's good to give them the break.
In comes Brownie now from very close in.
He's
managed to hit the post.
Yeah.
Well, not much good doing that. You only get 1 point for that, so it's 5 goals, 8 now to Willunga, the 2 goals, 3 by McLaren. So it's
the ball went right out in the ground, and they had to go back and get it. So they're setting themselves up. I reckon it's Jamie Smith from McLaren's. Probably looking, he's trying to come to the club room side, which he has. And he dogs around the player coming in, drives this back up now, goes over the back, pushes down. McLaren's get it all up, can't get it away, push it all over. Willunga pick it up, comes back to Colwell. Colwell goes out, goes short, and he finds his player there in Cameron Hutchins. Hutchins is waiting for something to happen, goes off short kick, there's a lead, goes out to there, 2 of them up there, turns around, he finds Maddock Williams. Williams goes out wider still, goes outside, don't know what you get out of there, comes over straight away to Jukas. Jukas goes off, finds the player running through, and he's come inside the 50 this time. They turn around and go up there. Could be Altus, I reckon. Yep, looks a bit like him. So Braden Altus at the moment.
He thinks he can get it from there.
Yeah. Goes up. Willunga are just steadying. McLaren have tried to charge but hasn't got away with it. So Altus now comes in. A kick from probably 38. Drives it out, puts it all up. The umpire's moving right across. He slammed that in the point post, so she's out in the full.
Yeah,
so missed everything.
They're missing the whole lot down there, aren't they, at the moment? There should have been a couple more goals kicked by Willunga this quarter. The ball will be kicked back in now by McLaren. Kick it in, not very far down there. Far from behind, said leave it, and they did. And Willunga have got it now. It's gone over to Burdett, and Burdett goes to kick it. And he got a quick hand pass away, and
slam tackle,
lets it go on.
Slam tackle, picked him up and threw him down.
And the kick now by McLaren will go further down the ground, and Ellis is in there trying to get the ball out. He can't, and the ball now will come out. The ball now has gone down to the half forward line for Willunga.
Brown again.
And Brownie's got it again. He's done one overshot this time, just kicks it in short, and happy to give it to his teammate out there, who should be close enough to have another go at the goals down the Victor Harbour end of the oval.
Danny Jukers.
Yes, he said kicked a few goals, I think, in the last quarter of the association game a few weeks ago now. Comes in there to have a shot for goal. Was he any better than the rest of them that have had a shot this quarter?
Can't be any worse, can
he? Then he comes, and I think he is a bit better than the rest, because Jack has put that one through the goal.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sale options, and they also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu. They're in your field.
Yeah, probably a bit of stirring I'd go up there by the coach, I'd say, just to shake him up a bit. It's 28, nearly time up here. It goes up in the centre and out. McLaren's trying to get it out, can't get to it. Picked up quickly by Willunga. Goes out there, goes around, goes over there, turns around, picked up into there. Meagle can't get out with it. Now umpire will come in for a ball up. It must be just about time. It's clicking over to 29 minutes. Up they go. Bass gets up, can't get out to it. Comes out the back, picked up beautifully there by Willunga. He gets wrapped up and he turns around, goes for holding the ball, no attempt. And he turned around, picked up there. So Darcy Brown from McLaren's, he gets the ball, drives it up the wing side, finds his player in front of his face out there in the true wing position. So he's on the back flank, comes inside, so he finds Vandeleur, and they have made no progression. They're going backwards now. They go under pressure now, turns around, picks it all up, turns around, gets told to play on. Player runs over it, drops it out there, can't get onto it, comes out quickly, quicks up, picks up over and goes. Up in the back flank and grabbed out there, pay that one to Laurie. Laurie takes it, needs to swing around quick, needs to swing over quick, goes into centre, set up, they go over the back, quickly picked up there by McLaren's, and he misses it.
Just in
so
time.
Siren heads away there. So on the halftime scoreboard we have Willunga on 6-8 to turn around, and 44 to McLaren, 2 goals for on the FPAG scoreboard. Quickly, I'll just give the rundown at quarter time for the other grounds. Gore Port Elliot 5-2, Mount Compass 3 goals, Langholm Creek 3-2, Strath 4 points, Maiponga Selleck 6-4 to Yank 1 point. We will get the halftime scores around while the halftime hub is going on. This is 90.1 Happy FM, Great Southern Footy, match of the round on air and YouTube.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs.
FP Ag.
Do you want instant cash? Drop off your deposit bottles and cans and scrap metal today at South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots in Victor Harbor, Goolwa and Yankalilla. South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots offer undercover drop-off facilities, and the Goolwa depot is open 7 days a week. To see opening times, the latest prices and the items that can be dropped off for recycling, visit southcoastrecycle.com.au. Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 161 Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbor.
Let's talk about your new shed. You want it tough. You want it to look good. You want it to last for years. You want ShedX Fluorio, the experts in design and construct. If you can dream the shed, they can build the shed. Dream it, design it, build it with ShedX Fluorio. From initial design through to finished construction, your project is in trusted hands with ShedX Fluorio. Quality workmanship and experience you can trust. ShedXFluorio.com.au.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sale options, and they also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fluorio. They're in your field.
Happy FM's Halftime Hub, brought to you by FP Ag. We're in your field.
Good afternoon and welcome to our Halftime Hub today. Richard Foggo is our guest. So it's good afternoon, Richard.
Good afternoon, Kevin, and good afternoon, viewers.
And Richard, you've been around for a while, but we've spoken to you mainly over the years about cricket.
Well,
so that's your big sport, is it?
Well, I've been probably the sport that I've been involved with for a greater part of my time, Kevin. But certainly, and being I was in the banking industry and moved around South Australia, wherever I have been with my family, have always had an association with football clubs as well. And of course, I suppose the viewers may know my son's now coaching in Counter Bay A grade, so I've reacquainted with that club after a number of years. I was involved when my two boys were playing the junior time at the Bay, but now with the senior football, that sees me out there. In actual fact, I'm doing the stats, which has been a new career change.
I thought you said your eyes were too good.
Well, it's interesting when you're doing the stats, and often you look at the scoreboard and whether whether you're in front, neutral, on level with the opposition team or behind. The stats don't lie. The turnovers, the stoppages, and all these terms that I've now got very familiar with. You look at the scoreboard, and you'll find that the team that's in front generally is in front with the stats. So, and my son's pretty keen on that. So I've got to get the email to him fairly early on Sunday to do the review. And the players these days are equally as keen as well. I often get after a game. How many of these did I have, or how did I go with that? And I'm quickly fossicking through the sheet to give the player his response. So, yeah, it's been interesting. I've got a couple of very, very helpful helpers, which you want a helpful helper. A couple of lads that give me a hand, because you find you can't keep the game's moving so quick that you're writing down that stat, and the next moment there's the next one that you should be recording. So you need a couple of good scribes to keep an eye on one end of each end of the ground, and look, I'm enjoying it. So
you probably need one of Steve's monitors there, so that you can have a good look at it.
I think he'd be a very good stats man. He's running today's session very, very well. But yeah, no. So I moved around in my banking days, having been brought up or born at Murray Bridge Hospital, but a Mypolonga boy on the River Murray. My dad had a fruit block there, and I went to school there. My eldest son did some schooling there before we moved to Victor Harbor. But in my youthful days, I got transferred to Adelaide And as you know, with a couple of sons that are in the banking game, and probably not quite so much, but they tended to move us around a lot more in those days. And I was on relieving staff for a time, which means you're going there to cover various staff who are taking holidays or extended breaks. So I found myself in the Riverland, Port Lincoln, Cummins, again the Barossa, and various places until I got a permanent position, which was in Mount Gambier for about 10 years. And I had 10 years down there before moving back this way, back in the mid-90s, and been in Victor Harbor since 95.
95, eh? That's a fair sort of time, and nearly all that time you'd have been involved with sport of some sort, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. Well, the story I can tell you regarding cricket, I moved here and I remember it very well. It was towards the end of springtime, with pretty much pre-cricket season, so to speak. And I think I got here, if my memory serves me correct, moved here with my family on a Wednesday, and then the first day of at work was the Thursday, and I was sitting in my office sort of getting things organised, and the secretary came and said, "Oh, there's someone to see you." And I thought, "Oh, gee, that's pretty quick. I've only been here 5 minutes."
Alone already.
I haven't upset anybody at this stage, have I? Sort of thing. Shouldn't say that, but anyway, it was the late and the wonderful chap that I knew quite well and came from Willunga also, was Jeffrey Kruger, who of course many would know, who Jeffrey played cricket and football for Goolwa, and then of course came over to Victor Harbor. His son Lee played at South Adelaide, came back and played for a year or two, won a Mar medal, and Lee's now up in Loxton, and he's coached up there. But anyway, Jeffrey was someone who I knew from my school days, and I actually played cricket with Jeffrey. He was a couple of years older than me, and he came in and he said, Dick, they called me, and that was my short name at Willunga. My mum was the only one that called me Richard in Willunga. The rest of them I was Dick.
I thought we had to call you Richard.
No, well, I probably shouldn't say that. I'll be now known as Dick Foggo again. But anyway, he came in and he said, "Oh, here you go, welcome to Victor Harbor." He said, "You're in the Bees on Saturday." And I said, "Who for? Where am I playing?" And he said, "Oh, no, that's all right. You're at Encounter Bay." And he said, "I'm there." And, and I said, "Well, where's that?" And anyway, got the directions, and that's where it all started. And I've been played there for, probably 15, 20 years, and was on committee, but was president there for 13, 14 years, and still involved with Cactus Linton, who many will know. He cooks the hot dogs and I make sure the lemonade's cold. So on a Saturday afternoon, and the canteen position, if you know Encounter Bay, is almost perfect to be looking over the bowler's arm. So
makes it easy for you.
Well, yeah, when you're asked to.
Cactus wouldn't have to move.
No, we like that too. So yeah, so that's been my involvement. Obviously, I say my son's back coaching in Encounter Bay now, and he was at South. He played there as a junior in the 16s, 18s, and reserves. Coached at South Adelaide for 6 or 7 years, and then when Brad Gotch got the job at West Adelaide, and Wade, my son, had worked with Brad at South, he was given the call, and he was at Westies for 4 years. So I sort of followed him in those two clubs for a time while he was involved, and he was doing some of the assistant coaching. And of course now he's back at the Bay. I'm back in the blue and yellow.
Back in the blue and yellow.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be enjoying it very much right now, but anyway, you never know.
Well, it was a bit lean there for a while. I thought I might be a very short-term statistician.
Well, you don't sack the statistician, do you?
No, well, but I might have been accused of not doing my job. But anyway,
you always give them a few more, though, can't
you? Yeah, I said to someone who you know very well, Dick Lilly, once, that having bought a couple of players in the auction, if I can't find a player for the stat, I'll give it to the ones that I got in the auction.
Yeah.
To get them up a little bit.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, it's. I mean, that's football, as you know. You've been involved in it for a long time, and you just you take this rough with the smooth, and you've got to keep your chin up and try and keep positive. And I mean, it's not everyone. Every dog has his day, don't they?
Yeah, well, they do, but some of them take a long time before they get their day, though, don't they?
Yes, well, that's very true. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying it, and it's good to be back involved. And
you've always been involved with sport?
Have done, yes. I say cricket and football predominantly, but I have a casual game of golf from now and then. But I get my money's worth because I have lots of shots and see a fair bit of the golf course. But yeah, I've sort of dabbled with social bowls and night owls and other things. So and anything that has a ball, I suppose you'd say. It gets me involved, and my granddaughter, Wade's daughter, both of them quite very good, very involved with little athletics, and I've been up to the park there at Mile End, the Sassy location, and that's another attribute. And I don't think I'd take a long time to run the 400 metres, but they enjoy it, and it's great to see the kids out there having a go. I think sport's a terrific thing to be involved with as a person, as a parent, and as a supporter. I think it's a terrific, great environment.
At least you know where your kids are if they're playing
Well,
sport.
that's very true. And
most of the time it's not in trouble.
No, that's right. And good, healthy way to spend their time. And so I encourage both my granddaughter and grandson and my other son has a daughter as well, to get out there and have a go, because there's lots of opportunities now, isn't there? I grew up with sort of footy and tennis, or footy and cricket, and that was pretty much it, or netball and football, but obviously didn't play netball, but there was really just quite a narrow range of sports that one could play. But now, there's
heaps of them, isn't there?
There's heaps of them. And,
anyway, well, it's good to catch up with you again, Richard. I think we've
thanks,
kept
Kevin.
up with you, especially throughout the summertime, talking about cricket every Saturday morning. And
I hope I could still do that, or I'd like to still do it. I enjoy that as well. I think we need to, if you can play a part in just promoting the games, and certainly the participation, that's what it's about, isn't it?
Anyway, well, our time's just about up, Richard. Good to catch up with you, as I said, and good luck for the future. Thanks for talking with us today, Richard, on our Halftime Hub.
Happy FM's Halftime Hub, brought to you by FP Ag. We're in your field.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sale options, and they also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu. They're in your field. Don't be the next victim of a home invasion.
Pull over. Let's rob this joint.
Great Southern Security will install a home security system with monitored alarm to protect your home or business. They also provide CCTV, mobile patrols, cash transit, event security and a test and tag service.
Looks like this place has got its own secretary.
What do you mean, secretary?
That sign.
You idiot, that's security. This place has got an alarm.
Visit greatsouthern.security.com.au.
With over 180 years of farming family know-how behind us, ProStock Livestock will help you with all your livestock needs. ProStock will get you the best price for your livestock when buying or selling, and will even help you muster and transport them. Wherever you are across the Fleurieu Peninsula or anywhere in South Australia, we'll offer you the highest quality, professional yet personal service. So give ProStock Livestock a call to discuss your needs today. Visit us online at prostock.com.au.
Beachside Bedding next to Habra Pharmacy is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, AH Beard and Adriatic Slumber. Mary and her team at Beachside Bedding also offer a beautiful range of locally made Fleurieu furniture. Beachside Bedding offers free delivery and old mattress removal, and it's open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Habra. Always competitive on price with real product knowledge. Beachside Bedding.
At Willunga Oval, Kevin Curran, and once again, good afternoon, Trevor Pryor.
Thanks for that, Ian. Yeah, we're back here. We've got the players starting to get in position, and the halftime scores for round 11 in the Great Southern Football League Centenary Celebration round. We have here at Willunga Oval, Willunga 6-8, the home side, McLaren Districts 2-4, Goolwa, Port Elliot 8-5, Mount Compass 6 goals 1 at Goolwa. Langhorne Creek 5-2, Strathalbyn 3-6, so the local derby there is certainly getting onto the creeks at home. My Ponga selects 10-10, Yankalilla 0-2 points. So they celebrated a win last week, and I reckon they probably celebrated too much.
They've kept celebrating.
So, yeah, and I reckon they've come down to earth with a real thud. So we're just about ready to get underway here. Like I said, the FPA scoreboard 6-8 to Willunga, 2-4 to McLaren Districts, and they didn't make any inroads in it, and it'll be interesting to see whether they come. Umpire raises it up here, so we are set to go here for the third quarter. Underway we come here, and the ball is put up in the air. Up goes the ruckman. Turn around, McLaren's tried to get it out, get over there. Willunga's pushing it back, can't get to it. Picked up there by Ellis. Ellis throws it back in, goes over quickly over there to Redagolo. Redagolo goes up, but read in the back pocket by Willunga, and they will pick it up through there. Goes over, I reckon could have been Messenger. Goes out and he finds Big Bass. So Bass now goes forward and finds Colwell. Colwell for Willunga. They're over on the clubhouse side. It goes off and he finds in, I reckon it could be Rennie. Goes off now, right up in the full forward.
Oh.
Spoil comes from behind. McLaren's overrun it, picked it all up. Aldous can't get through it. Sock it off the ground through there and into the back of the poor old Vanderloo. Should have been a free kick to them. Ball goes out, touched it is, and it goes through for a minor score through to Willunga. FBA scoreboard, they go to 6 goals 9, McLaren 2 goals 4.
The ball will be brought back in now by McLaren. Undecided where he wants to kick it. Taking a while now. He's going over the high side of the oval with it, and the ball was nearly marked down there by McLaren. They couldn't complete it though. A couple of players are still on the ground. They'll sort themselves up, get up and get on with it now, as the umpire will throw it up again. Up he goes, throws it up probably a little bit too high out there then, when the ball's down on the ground, and the umpire will have to throw it up again. You get these runs of throw-ups, don't you?
Yep.
That's, 3 or 4 fault. It used to be 2 throw-ups and a free kick, didn't it, once? But I think that's gone by the board now. Anyway, the ball now is on the half-forward line out there for McLaren, and they've got it further down the ground it goes now, over the centre, hits the ground and bounces backwards. But here's a chance for McLaren if they can get in there. They do. They get in there. Player there went to kick it. Pulled off the ball, holding the ball, and the umpire gives a free kick out there to Willunga. And they kick it in short again. They're coming out now. That was 25. Shervington. And Shervington's got it. Ball now. It's gone over to McLaren. McLaren now play on. They'll run across the oval out here. It's gone over there to Tarek Redagolo, and the ball's come back again. The ball now has not gone over the 50-metre line, and the umpire will have another throw up.
They certainly messed that one up, didn't they, McLaren?
They did. Messed it up completely. Up it goes again. Ball comes out. Here's a chance for Willunga. Willunga now will get away with it. Hand pass goes over to Ellis. Ellis kicks it across the ground and gets it over there to his teammate. And another short one goes in. Plenty of players around over there for McLaren. The ball now is allowed to go where it is, and the umpire will throw it up again. In he comes. Tossed it up. Big punch out down there. It's gone to the advantage of no one, and the ball now is gone down there to Willunga. Oh, I think he got a little bit of a push out there, did he? And that will result in a free kick there to Willunga. He's getting up a little bit wary there, isn't he?
Lee, I reckon.
Yeah, he came down fairly heavy after that push. He's gone back now to take his kick. Looks like it's Lee. Comes in now, walks in about 6 or 7 steps. Puts the ball on the boot as a shot for goal. And that is a goal.
With over 180 years of farming family know-how behind us, ProStock Livestock will help you with all your livestock needs. ProStock will get you the best price for your livestock when buying or selling, and will even help you muster and transport them. Wherever you are across the Fleurieu Peninsula or anywhere in South Australia, we'll offer you the highest quality, professional yet personal service. So give ProStock Livestock a call to discuss your needs today. Visit us online at prostock.com.au.
Put one down, so, someone wrong then. Anyway.
Yep, back in the centre, up it goes. Bass tries to get it out. Can't get it. Sackled off there by Laurie. Goes off the ground now. McLaren's he flicks it out the back way. Picked up there by Handles going around. Comes out to Ellis quickly. Ellis breaks away. Drives this ball out. Goes forward. Up onto it. Tries to find his mate Charla. He goes out. Turns around. Picks it all up. He turns around. Tackle. Two of them get him. He dropped the ball. And will turn around and be a free kick to Willunga. Mills with the ball in the back pocket. Club room side. Comes up. Goes over. Body goes up. Comes up over the back. Shervington can't get to it. And it's turned around as a push out or hang on to there to McLaren's. And that goes through to Tom Fennedy. Fennedy gets the ball going. Up forward. There's leading out there and take it on the chest there is McLaren's. Turn around. Checking it could be Darcy Brown. No, it's 24, so it's Matthew Merritt. So Matthew Merritt, the line up for McLaren Districts, directly in front. You see the 50-metre arc. He's back in the square. There's only a couple of metres in between the two lines. So he's going to kick in from 40. Puts it all up. Looks like he's hung it. It's going. He slams that one into the post. So. We've had a few of them today, so the FPA scoreboard goes to 2 goals, 3 I make.
2-5 though.
Sorry, down the bottom. It's I make it 2-5 to Willunga 7-9, the FPA scoreboard.
Yeah, they're pretty good at hitting the post today, aren't they? Anyway, the ball now is back. Well, if this bounces right, Willunga in business here. Oh, what have they done? Right to the player standing almost in the goal square. No one looked after him then, and this could be another goal to McLaren, and this is to Brownie, isn't it?
Yeah, Willunga.
Or to Willunga. Scotty Brown. And Scotty Brown's put that in. It's probably gone well into the school down there. And
do you want instant cash? Drop off your deposit bottles and cans and scrap metal today at South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots in Victor Harbour, Goolwa and Yankalilla. South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots offer undercover drop-off facilities, and the Goolwa depot is open 7 days a week. To see opening times, the latest prices and the items that can be dropped off for recycling, visit southcoastrecycle.com.au.
Away here because they can't stop the electronic scoreboards and they wait for it, so you should just about say give me another football and not worry about it. So but quickly around the ground, folks, it has come back as this one here presently 8-9 Willunga to 2-5. half-time scores other grounds: Goolwa Port Elliot 8 goals 5, Mount Compass 6 goals 1, Langhorne Creek 5-2 to Strathalbyn 3-6, Maiponga Selex 10-10 to Yankalilla 2 points.
What's happened?
They're still waiting for it. The ball come out and then they kicked it around. I think the kids kicked it and went under another car, so they finally retrieved it and it's heading back to the centre. So I think if I was the central umpire, I would have said the boundary umpires come back here and ask for another football. Save time on that. So yeah, it's a
ball now is thrown up very high out there. Bass gets the knockout. Ball's gone across to the far side of the ground down there, and it's umpires out there waving his arms around saying play on, and that's just what they're doing out there. And there might have been a free kick go to one of the players then, but there's not, and across the ground they go with it, leading. Oh, he'd have to get a free kick there.
Advantage.
Well, maybe it wasn't the big advantage that it could have been.
Yeah, intercepted by Jamie Smith.
And down the go, that bloke down there, the number 9 for Willunga, Danny Juckers. I mean, he came down fairly heavy on his back then, and now the ball is over the forward pocket area over there.
Free kick to Matthew Merritt for taking the arms out.
And Merritt could be well within kicking area distance there.
To say they need this one's an understatement, Kevin, isn't it?
Well, a real understatement, isn't it? They've only kicked 2 so far today. And what are they going to do here? He's had a shot from a long way out. And
missed it.
And that has gone through for a minor score only for McLaren, and they now go to 2 goals 7 on our FP Ag scoreboard.
Certainly is. They're not making any inroads now, so this could be the first loss in 1.5 seasons. Willunga bring the ball back in, clubroom side, goes out, comes around quickly, picked all up, handball comes out, goes up the forward, but that's a poor kick and falls in the hands there of McLaren's. McLaren's goes off out to the wing, comes out onto there, goes off onto there as they turn around and gets up and gives off there to Todd McKay. McKay wasn't using a good kick. Hope gets up, comes up, breaking through as McLaren, goes out there quickly there, and Groves goes out and finds his player in the forward line in Cody Ellison. Cody Ellison hasn't made a big impact today so far.
He hasn't, no.
Probably going to kick from, well, he'll kick from probably at least 45. You can see the player on the line, the 50-metre line just showing. In he comes, drives up, close to 48, looks good, going to be tight. Oh, did that one swing away. Yeah. He went through for another minor score to McLaren's. This is not doing them any good. So McLaren Districts go to 2-7 to trailing Willunga 8 goals 9 on the FPX scoreboard.
Anyway, from ball's kicked back in. It's gone back to Willunga over there to Cameron Hutchinson. He kicks it further down the ground. It's gone over that far side. And out it goes again. And players out there hits them on the chest and bounces across the boundary line and will be thrown in over the far side of the ground. Comes in now. They got the young lady throwing the ball back in, and back in it goes. This has gone further down the ground, and we've got someone here that wants to park their bike right in front of us so that we can't see anything.
Yeah, we'll tell him to get on his bike soon.
Yeah, take his bike away from him anyway. There's a kick out the pack, and that has gone out here to
Daniel.
Let's talk about your new shed. You want it tough, you want it to look good, you want it to last for years. You want ShedX Fluorio, the experts in design and construct. If you can dream the shed, they can build the shed. Dream it, design it, build it with ShedX Fluorio. From initial design through to finished construction, your project is in trusted hands with ShedX Fluorio. Quality workmanship and experience you can trust. ShedXFluorio.com.au.
You'd think so. Yeah. But like I said, there's a couple of players out there we haven't seen before, and probably just feeling their way at that higher level. So back in the centre, up she goes, up they go. Laurie goes up, can't get it back down. Willunga pick it all up, but I reckon there's a free kick coming out and coming over to McLaren's. Comes over here to Carl Dello. Dello goes forward, up over the back, picked up there by Ellis. Ellis spins around, goes over there. There it comes. He wanted that one. So Ellis gets his.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 161 Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
stagger around, does it? He's through the hips and the legs. He's very strong and powerful.
First 5 metres or so, he's very quick.
Yeah, solid, and hardly ever loses his foot. Up in the centre it goes, up and down it comes down. Willunga try to get it out. Redden gets it out. Colwell goes back to his player. He handballs off again. Comes out wide, goes out further to Tregenza. Tregenza goes around, puts it all up in the centre. Out it comes. Colwell can't get to it. Turns around. McLaren's picked it all up. Turns around, goes over the top. Turns around. Redden goes down, cups one. He turns around, then he kicks out and turns around, goes onto it. And Willunga want to walk away from this. Umpire blows his whistle, and that is not what they need to get involved with. Back in the centre, Laurie goes up. Ellis slaps it forward. Burdett overruns it, goes around, picked all up. McLaren's overrun it, turns around, goes out quickly, comes around, handball comes back, goes a rack around there, goes up, stacked over there, ping pong going onto there, turns around, McLaren's get the ball up it goes over the boundary line, but it doesn't. It's inside, comes back inside, and probably not a good move because it falls into the arms there of big Cody Ellison. So
this could be another one.
Willunga tried to keep the ball in, and they probably would have been smarter to have let the ball go over. Yeah. So the kick come in. Ellison still got a kick from outside 50. Drives up. That's hanging to that skinny side there. He gets another point. That gives him 2 points there. So on the FAX scoreboard, Willunga remain 9-9 to McLaren, 3 goals 8. And we've got 15 minutes, 16 minutes just gone.
Yes, and the ball now will be brought back in. And back in it goes. They've got a player waiting down there in that half forward line. Kicks it down the ground. Oh, there was a... Could have taken that. Wouldn't have been an easy mark to take though. And McLaren get it going down the sideline. They've got plenty of players out here. Kicks it across down there to Darcy Brown, and Willunga get hold of it and they kick it further down the ground.
Straight over the back into his arms.
Yeah. He didn't even have to put his arms out very far, did he? And the mark has been taken down there in the last line of defence by Smith. Smith kicks it in. It's gone over there to Darcy Brown again. And Brown now can kick it to somebody. And not a bad kick down there. And off hands it goes. And look out, there goes the big fella going through like a bulldozer. Oh. And that was a bit of a silly thing to do then by number 10 by Willunga.
Billy Charler.
Yeah. Anyway, the ball's up there now, and the player with the ball is Billy Charler. Comes in and...
Oh, they're swinging around for some reason, aren't they?
It's just missed, isn't it? It has.
Yep.
That's another behind to McLaren. That gives them 3 goals 10 now.
9.
Well, they put it up before it got through there by the look of it.
Yeah, electronics are quick, Gabby.
3 goals 9 to 9 goal 9, and our FPA scoreboard.
Burdett brings the ball back in. Handballs over to Mills. Mills gets the ball going. Shoved just as he kicks it. Up and down it goes. Picked over. Can't get out of the Shervington. Can't get to it. Comes out quick. Vanderloo gets hang on to it. Didn't have the ball, and the umpires picked that, I reckon. And his advantage goes out to their player there. And Smith, I reckon, goes forward. Picks out there. Goes onto it. Up in the forward pocket. Goes over the back. Comes around it. Willunga picked it all up. Burdett gets it. Handballs it out. Goes out. Handball goes off again by Willunga. Turns around. Picks up themselves up there in Danny Irvine. Irvine goes forward. 2 McLaren players clash with each other. The whistle's gone and the umpires pick one up behind play. Right back into the forward pocket. Looks like it could be handing about. We're just waiting to sort out what's going on. It's gone to the McLaren players, so there was a bit going on behind that we missed also, but the player, umpire in the back has got it. He's got a bit of a stiff neck, he has. Trying to pick up, we don't know who it is. Doesn't look like Cody Ellison, but I tell you, McGill needs to get out of there. Turns round, slams the ball, but I think he's missed the whole single. Through for another minor score. Not going to do McLaren's any good. Now they go to 3 goals 10 to Willunga 9-9 on the FPA scoreboard.
Yeah, well, they're certainly getting the points, aren't they? Out there at the moment. And the ball will have to be kicked back again. They've got to go and get it and bring it back and come out from between the goals.
Burdett kicking again.
Burdett's had a few kick-ins today there. He's kicked probably most of them in. Kicks it in short. Finds his teammate out there.
Chigenza.
And that was in 17. Wasn't it? Anyway, the ball now has come across.
Jukas.
Oh, there's a player out here by himself. He almost dropped it then. Goes down the ground, and here's a chance now if they want to play in. Oh, I don't know what he tried to do then, but he's worked it out that the team's got a free kick out of it. It's probably a good thing then that he did what he did, because he's got a free kick. And the free kick has gone there to Sam Rennie. He'll kick this from around about 30. Comes in now. Not much of an angle. Time he runs in. The left footer puts the ball on the boot, and that one looks like it has missed by a fair bit. So it's 9 goals 10 now for Willunga to McLaren, 3 goals 10 on our FPA scoreboard.
Yeah, 21 minutes gone, but we lost a fair few minutes there with the kerfuffle with the ball, so there'll still be plenty of time back into here. It's only been 4 goals, so McLaren's bring it back in. They find a player out here, and that's Stuart Green. Green quickly plays on, goes up the club room side. Up they go, and on the chest as McLaren takes it there in Max Gill. Max Gill, right in the interchange, drives off, short kicks in, finds his player coming out to him, and that's Redagolo. Redagolo lines up now, he lines up. He's well and truly, he hasn't gone much for Eastel on there. He short kick, can't find the player. That's where the problem comes out. Hit targets, and you're right. Goes off there, backed in, picked up there. Ellis gets the ball. Ellis spins around, gets called out. McLaren's player, which was not a smart call. He misses it, goes over the top, comes around quickly, picked up there by Vanderloo. Vanderloo goes out wide, and he turns around, picks it all up, and gets his partner out there in Leon Groves. Groves quickly goes in, but finds the player out there, and that is Danny Irvine for Willunga. Back pocket. Turns around. He will relieve him. Go up the clubhouse side. Up he goes. Bit of a spinner one going up and down. Vanderloo takes it in front and picks the ball up for McLaren's. He's on the forward flank. Turns around, goes up, looking for something to go at. Nothing happened. Left foot goes in towards the pocket. Up goes Charla, can't get to it. Handball comes out, goes over, turns around. Willunga now the handball, goes up further, finds out onto there. The ball goes, whistle's gone off for too high, and a free kick there to Sam Rennie. Sam Rennie for Willunga. Drives this ball up now, up to the wing position. Ruckman set themselves up there, down, turns around there. Umpire says play on, misses all out to it. McLaren's get the ball, swung as he kicks it, goes forward. Joel Charla gets the ball up on that forward flank. Turns around, goes off, kicks into the pocket, goes up, makes his mate stretch out there, and that one there is the other young new player we had there is 21, which is Elijah Ware.
Was he
Elijah.
a Port Adelaide player?
Oh, I don't know. Looking at him, I don't think he would have played that much, Kevy.
Not in the last year or two.
So anyway, he goes off, hangs all up. Umpire's looking good. He's coming back. McLaren's got Districts got one.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sale options, and they also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu. They're in your field.
Yeah, as I said, but you'd think Willunga would have to completely cave in.
Well, they might. Umpire throws the ball up in the centre. Up it goes. They've got the run of the ball out there now, and they're going to push him on the ground, and down they go. Going to pick the ball up out there, Willunga do, and they've got a hand pass, which goes to his teammate there, and the ball comes out loose. Down the ground it goes, all well blocked off the boot down there by McLaren, and the ball now will be thrown up. Looked like at one stage there, didn't it? They could have had another shot for goal down there fairly easy if things worked out for them, but it didn't. There comes a hand pass. The ball's on the ground, and the umpire will come in here and sort this out and throw it up. Well, it's very close now to three-quarter time, you would think.
Yeah, we lost a fair bit, Kevin, nearly 3 minutes, I reckon.
Yeah, but it's been going now for 25 minutes.
Quickly, Willunga gets the ball through Redden. Redden gets it off, goes up. Out there is well read there by Vanderloo. He's played a pretty nifty game for the back lines. Yeah. Turns around, goes off in the centre. Over the back it goes too far. McLaren's picked it all up, goes out there, and Leon Groves goes up forward. Handball comes through. The last goal kicker gets him. Goes up there, can't get his balance, and he turns around, he squeezes that one through. That was Elijah Ware for a minor score. So they go to 4 goals, 11 McLaren to Willunga, 9-10 on the FBA scoreboard.
And the kicking comes in, and there's a chance now for McLaren to get the ball out.
Willunga's taken out.
Willunga, I mean, sorry. Yeah, and that goes now down almost to the 50-metre line. That's a good mark taken down there by Willunga.
Jukers.
And that is Danny Jukers. I think he did that
in
the association match as well. Oh, that'd be lucky to go the distance.
Hutchins.
Which does too, and Hutchins now kicks the ball in, and there's a player there coming from the back, push it forward, and that's kept it in, and here the ball coming back once again. Oh, that's a good strong mark.
His own man spoiled it.
Did he? Oh.
He's paid the mark though, but yeah. I'd say to guess that would have to be Jamie Smith.
Yeah, well anyway, it was a strong mark.
Yep.
And Smith now's got it, and that is a monster of a kick too down the other end, and it's going to come back. Back it comes again. Willunga bring it back in again, and I reckon there's a Willunga mark. Willunga hands going up there. It is, and that is a shot at goal from around about 10-15 metres out. That was
Matic Williams.
And Matic Williams.
Yep, 23.
Is going to have a shot. You kicked this yourself, Trev. It's gone straight through the goals, and that is another goal.
Beachside Bedding next to Habra Pharmacy is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, AH Beard and Adriatic Slumber. Mary and her team at Beachside Bedding also offer a beautiful range of locally made Fleurieu furniture. Beachside Bedding offers free delivery and old mattress removal, and is open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Habra. Always competitive on price with real product knowledge. Beachside Bedding.
Them, and they've only kicked 2 in the second and 2 in the third so far, and we'll be getting fairly close now to time. 28 and a half on the clock, but we did have a lot of time waiting for a football. So
went over into the school.
Yeah, and then under the cars and turned around, but it still won't be long now though. So back in the centre it comes. Umpire sets himself. Up they go. Gets out there by Bass.
And that's it.
There goes the siren. So Willunga here at 3/4 time are 10-10 to McLaren's 4-11 on the FPX scoreboard. Half time around the grounds, the other grounds was 8-5 Goolwa Port Elliot, Mount Compass 6-1. Langhorne Creek 5-2, Strathalbyn 3-6, Maiponga Selix 10-10, Yankalilla 2 points. We'll chase those scores out for three-quarter time and come back to you. This is 90.1 Happy FM, Great Southern Footy, Match of the Round, on air and YouTube.
Don't be the next victim of a home invasion.
Pull over. Let's rob this joint.
Great Southern Security will install a home security system with monitored alarm to protect your home or business. They also provide CCTV, mobile patrols, cash transit, event security and a test and tag service.
Looks like this place has got its own secretary.
What do you mean, secretary?
That sign.
You idiot, that's security. This place has got an alarm.
Visit greatsouthern.security.com.au.
Let's talk about your new shed. You want it tough. You want it to look good. You want it to last for years. You want ShedX Fluorio, the experts in design and construct. If you can dream the shed, they can build the shed. Dream it, design it, build it with ShedX Fluorio. From initial design through to finished construction, your project is in trusted hands with ShedX Fluorio. Quality workmanship and experience you can trust. ShedXFluorio.com.au.
Do you want instant cash? Drop off your deposit bottles and cans and scrap metal today at South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots in Victor Harbour, Goolwa and Yankalilla. South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots offer undercover drop-off facilities, and the Goolwa depot is open 7 days a week. To see opening times, the latest prices and the items that can be dropped off for recycling, visit southcoastrecycle.com.au.
About to get into the last quarter of the game between Willunga and McLaren Districts. And a reminder, this being round 11 of Great Southern Footy, a night game on tonight, local derby at Victor Harbour Oval between Victor Harbour and Encounter Bay. Now back to Trevor Pryor and Kevin Curran.
Yeah, we've got the three-quarter time scores here in the other games. Goolwa Port Elliot, this is interesting. 12 goals, 8 to Goolwa Port Elliot, 8 goals, 2 to Mount Compass. Langhorne Creek 8-4, Strathalbyn 6-7, Maiponga Selix 10 goals 10. No, it's more than that. 13-13 to Yankalilla 1 goal 3. So you'd have to say that's just about done and dusted, that one.
Certainly would be, Kevy. It looks good to see that Yanka got a goal, but yeah, they're certainly struggling today on it. So.
Yeah, well, they'd still be celebrating, wouldn't they, from last week?
Oh, yeah.
You know what Yanka like at celebrating.
Yeah, yeah. Well, so I said they thought they probably would get their first win in the first game, but Goolwa, put them out, and of course then they lost the reversal one out. So yeah, they got it going through. They won it out, so they won it, but yeah, obviously got ahead of themselves. Which is probably a shame because when you looked at them, Yank were starting to kick some scores there. It looked like they were getting around. But then again, we don't know. Perhaps a few injuries of those key players and they don't have the depth to really recover them, and that where it can hurt when it goes along to there. But yeah, you're saying there's a couple interesting one, isn't it? Like here we've got it that looks like it's going to be an upset, and McLaren's will lose their first game in a season and a half, well, just over a season and a half now.
Yep.
Of course, the Creeks perhaps got a few of their 6 players back from last week, and Strath really needed to win this one to keep themselves in touch, and of course Mount Compass set themselves up in position, and it looks like at this stage that they're going to get beaten by the second bottom side in Goolwa Port Elliot, so
yeah,
that's going to dent really upset a couple of teams, and so it stays that 5 position, sort of probably be in the position in the top 5, Kevy, that could swing either way, can't it?
Well, they could. I mean, what it needs now is Victor Harbour to win tonight, or Encounter Bay. I mean, one of them have got to win.
Now,
I
think if the Bays win it, they're not going to get there.
Well, they're not going to get there, no.
But Victor need to win it, to keep that touch up. And the Creeks are just sort of hanging to go out, so it looks like they're going. Strath's the one that could upset themselves out here. And of course, Mount Compass put themselves in a position, and they're going. So
well, a win tonight would have just about, or today, would have made sure that perhaps Mount Compass are right up there.
Well, it'll start to make that little gap just a little bit bigger, won't it?
Would,
but now, like Victor Harbour last year, sort of looked like they were going to sit in there and then fell away at the last and missed out in top 5. So the ball is back here to
continue
know
in another 30 minutes, Trev.
So, so we turn around, get onto there. As the siren sounds and we get underway for the last quarter, up they go. Laurie gets it all up. Bass comes back into it for Willunga. Ellis tries to get around it. He gets held out of it. McLaren's come into it and they turn around. The umpire calls it back for another throw up. Throws it up. Bass gets around. Thumps it all out. Goes over the back. Turns around. Goes up to it. McLaren's trying to get out to it. Picked up the back. Out it comes quickly. Goes over to Danny Dukas. Dukas goes forward. Up and down. Juggler mark. The umpire calls play on. Handball goes straight out to Shervington. Shervington puts the ball around. Goes off hands. Comes around into it. Handball up by Willunga. Goes over. Quickly goes back into him. Williams puts it over to 15. 15 goes off into it, I reckon, which Rennie. He misses again. He's kicked 3 points this quarter. He goes to 10 goals, 11 now to 4-11 McLaren's on the FPH scoreboard.
McLaren bring the ball back in. They do. Ball goes down and there's a good mark taken down there by
Billy Charlotte.
Billy Charlotte. And McLaren come in now. Well, they came in hard then and they tried to get the ball out, but I think there's a few standing around watching to see what happened then, but nothing did, and the ball now will be thrown up again. Pushed down, Big Bass pushes the ball down. McLaren get the ball out, kick it in, not very far though, it's gone over the top of the pack, and coming out there for Willunga was number 9 in Danny Juckers, and the ball now is on that far side of the ground. And it's coming Bass. In, Bass. I reckon he might have got another few metres further on then, but he didn't. And the ball is kicked in, and the ball now is over that far side now, near the boundary line. There's a shot at the goal. If this goes through, it's good night, I would think.
Yeah.
It does.
Do you want instant cash? Drop off your deposit bottles and cans and scrap metal today at South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots in Victor Harbour, Goolwa and Yankalilla. South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots offer undercover drop-off facilities, and the Goolwa depot is open 7 days a week. To see opening times, the latest prices and the items that can be dropped off for recycling, visit southcoastrecycle.com.au.
4 goals to nothing, so it makes a difference. And so 11-11 to 4-11 on the FPH scoreboard is certainly looking like it'll be their first loss. Good going by Willunga though. Up they go. Bass gets up and down he goes forward once again. Over the back it goes. This one's rolling right up into the pocket. McLaren's tried to bring it out. Willunga player just simply steps over the boundary line, gets one for high. I would have pinged him the other way because he had no intention of going anywhere but over the boundary line. So, recipient of the kick drives in, puts it all out, and he finds the leading player coming out as the man of the moment in Daniel Lee. So, Lee to line up. He's going to go for his 5th.
A bit, isn't he?
Yeah. So, he lines up. Acute angle. He's probably going to kick.
By the time he runs in, he'll straighten the angle.
I'll tell you what, that McLaren player running past there, like going for an interchange, was pretty close. So. So in comes Lee, sets himself up. This will be the dagger if he kicks this one. Hangs that one to the skinny side to him. He goes off. Another minor score. He's kicked himself 4-3 for the day. 11-12 on the FPH scoreboard to Willunga 4-11 McLaren.
Ball will come back in again from another behind. In it comes this time. The umpire calls him to come in further. Out it does. McLaren get the ball now and kick it down the ground. They need a good bounce here, and they get a good bounce with it. Comes down. They can kick it back into the centre. The ball playing coming down the ground, and I think everything's working well out there for Willunga at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
Meagle
on the far side of the ground there with Meagle. Meagle kicks it in.
Oh, that's short.
And he's got a player out there though that he can probably get around and get a hand pass from, and he kicks it in short too, and McLaren take the mark. Umpire tells him to play on now, and away he goes. The ball comes down again, and look, things just off. If it comes off hands, it goes straight in the hands of Willunga at the moment, doesn't it? And I think he's got to get a free kick for that one.
Should almost be 25.
Yep. Got him well too high. The
Yeah,
ball
just
ball now comes in now for McLaren.
Todd McKay.
McKay's got it. And he's got to kick it in now, and he's going to go across the ground with it. It'll be interesting to see what happens with it. Oh, he fell
that's
over.
high. Even though he slipped, you've got to pay that one, umpire.
You've got to pay this.
His feet go out from under him, you can't do that, but you should have seen that one. He's right there.
But Trevor, how many times have they done that today, falling over? I mean, you know.
That's a real soft green. We've had miles of rain down here. Everywhere has. Up and down it goes, comes out, quickly goes back over to Shervington. Shervington goes forward, can't get onto it. Goma tries to get it out onto there. He turns around and rolls around for McLaren, and he gets a ball up at the centre half forward position. Yeah, that ground's quite soft, but yeah. So up it goes, comes straight out. Redden can't get to it, gets hang on to too long, and he turns around with the recipient of the free kick.
He's getting them in the back, isn't he?
No, he got it. You know, he got held onto too long. He had the ball, tried to break the pack. The ball was knocked out, but he's held onto just that little bit too long, and the umpire's quick to see that one, but not across the shoulder. So Redden, who certainly had a good game today for Willunga, he rolls up. His kick one was in the first. You would think he would be picking this one out. He puts it up, hangs it. It's been coming back as normal, which he did, so he read that right. So. Yeah.
With over 180 years of farming family know-how behind us, ProStock Livestock will help you with all your livestock needs. ProStock will get you the best price for your livestock when buying or selling, and will even help you muster and transport them. Wherever you are across the Fleurieu Peninsula or anywhere in South Australia, we'll offer you the highest quality, professional yet personal service. So give ProStock Livestock a call to discuss your needs today. Visit us online at prostock.com.au.
Lost it against a lower side,
yeah.
They wouldn't care, but being a top 5 side sort of just puts a bit of wind around there, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, shows they can be beaten, doesn't it?
So up and down it goes in the centre, picks all up, over it goes, comes out again, comes out onto here, being held onto a Willunga player, but gets it out there, comes around to Hoke, turns around, he can't get away with it, and he turn around and it'll be a ball up by the umpire.
I'll probably say it's a bit early to call, but I think it's I can't see possibly McLaren kicking 8 goals or 9 goals in this last quarter.
No, not there, Kevy. Odds on. I wish I had those pods. It comes back to Redden once again. Redden's indicating that he wants to lead in the pocket, does, but he kicks it miles too high to the player. Goma goes back for McLaren, he gets wrapped up too, and the umpire will have to come in for a ball up right deep in that forward pocket for Willunga.
It's a dark area around there with those trees, isn't it?
Yeah, up it goes, comes back up, hits the ground. Vanderloo can't get onto it. He was held onto it too long and he didn't see that one, so turns around, goes up, ball gets wrapped up around here right close to the boundary line, but he comes in for a throw up still in that back pocket. Over on the change room side, up they go, pushed over there by Shervington, goes over, quickly picked up there. McLaren swing the player around, and they've gone for holding the ball, and they turn around and gets up to it. and didn't want to give it back to him at all, Sam Rennie, and McLaren's in the back pocket. Really got nowhere to go. Player Miles, who looked close to the mark on it, goes back up and down, picked up there. Gomer can't get it out through on for McLaren's. Handball goes out, comes back out. McLaren's now come out up to the wing position, turns around, comes out, hung around. Mills goes for it. He's happy just to let it trickle over the boundary line, and he turn around and be a throw in here on the defensive side of the wing for
he wasn't
advantage
the least
to McLaren's.
interested in keeping the ball.
Yeah.
You wouldn't bother too much, would you, now?
Nah, as I said, it's obvious, isn't it? So it goes onto it. So up it goes. Nobody really gets it up. Comes back down into there. Picks up in there. Trying to get out to it there is Dello. Can't get away with it. And the umpire comes in for a ball up. Forward flank for McLaren's. Up they go. Laurie goes up and down. Comes out. Rakes out to it. Comes out to it. Hits the ground. McLaren's dumping onto it. They get wrapped up and the umpire will come back in for another go at it. They get Todd Mackay, Regello. Up they go. Ruckman go up. Laurie gets it. Handball comes out quickly. Around to his player. Goes inside. Charla goes up. Two Willunga players clash. Comes up quickly. Out comes the other Charla. He goes. He'll go bowling the ball. Just slow. There's nothing ahead. Should have still just got the ball forward into the pocket. One step too many, wasn't it? Yeah, should have just got it into the pocket and forced his other players. He looked and couldn't, and Colwell was right onto him. Up it goes, up on the wing, comes up and down. McLaren's pick it all up. Can't be it. Gomer gets it, got ball up for McLaren's. He gets wrapped up, and he gets a ball up here on the wing on the club room side, change rooms. Up they go. Goes back down, comes back to ground again, comes around, ball gets thrown out, handball comes out to Hoke. Hoke goes forward for Willunga, goes forward and he finds himself in Jukas. Jukas steps up, drives around, puts the ball out wide, finding the player out there, and Brown overruns it, turns around, picks it all up. McLaren player tries to get onto it, he gets around, can't get out to it, and they turn around and it'll be a ball up by the umpire. It's gone out on the top side now, between the pocket and the flank. Up they go. Laurie goes up. Willunga tried to get it all out. Couldn't get away with it. Sock it off the ground quickly there by Mackay. Goes out right close to the boundary line. Picked in. McLaren's go forward now. Comes up. Read well there by Willunga. Goes off and he finds Rennie. So Sam Rennie looking for it. Doesn't know whether he wants to have a shot or not. Now he's deciding he's going to. We've got ourselves 12 minutes into the last quarter here.
And they haven't caught up at all.
No. It's a turnaround set, so in it goes. Steps around, drives this ball up, hangs it. It's coming right across the face of goal. Up and down it goes. Comes out the back, turns around there. There it is there. Picks all up there. I reckon that one.
Beachside Bedding next to Habra Pharmacy is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, AH Beard and Adriatic Slumber. Mary and her team at Beachside Bedding also offer a beautiful range of locally made Fluorio furniture. Beachside Bedding offers free delivery and old mattress removal, and is open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Habra. Always competitive on price with real product knowledge. Beachside Bedding.
There, so we'll put
Another
it down.
57, is it?
But Willunga go on their way here now. They go to 13 goals, 12 to McLaren's 4-11 left FPX scoreboard.
Throw up and Willunga are on the attack again. They get a player there's trying to get away with it from McLaren, but he can't. And get the ball back, throw it up again, and in it goes. Coming down, the ball's on the ground then, and Redden had a bit of a bite at it, couldn't get it though, and the ball now is very close to out of bounds, and coming down now, it's going across out there to, I think it was 14, to Meagle, and Meagle kicks it down the ground.
Gareth
Renfrey has marked it.
That doesn't look like him that kicked it the last one, so.
Anyway, the ball's on the ground. There's only one McLaren player over there. It looks like they may be all spent at the moment, and the ball now will be trying to brought back in. They can't. And maybe this is the loss that McLaren had to have.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not going to go into panic mode over it.
No, they won't, no. Well, if they do, they're a bit silly.
Yeah.
If you lose one game in 2 years, it's not very often that happens.
Yeah, like I said, we can see a bit of difference on their team sheets, so whether they're to come back or what, no, but it's a good introduction for the other players to step up, isn't it?
Yep, it is.
Play goes on though, quickly, picked around. Brown's kick gets smothered for Willunga. Willunga handball goes back to Renfrey. Renfrey goes up, quicks up there, can't get it as Altus. Altus, he turns around, he gets wrapped up. He turns around, the umpire will come in for a ball up on the forward flank, top side though, and Willunga's in control here. Up she goes around over the back. Shervington can't get to it. McLaren player goes down, goes out the back, socket off the ground by Willunga, goes forward, turns around, picked up by Renfrey. Renfrey goes out, goes onto it. Redden it was, goes out onto it. There goes a dive in and slammed him down in the ground too. You can tell he's played AFL and he doesn't know much about the soft rule here, Kevy. So McLaren's in the back pocket with the free kick. Drives off, goes up the, and he's missed his player and it's gone out untouched. So it'll be a return kick here to Daniel.
Yeah, well, when you're behind by 8 goals, a kick like that doesn't help much.
No, they're sort of dejected a bit now, but So Daniel Lee sets himself up, comes in, drives this ball up, hangs it, puts it right up in the teeth of goals. Up they go, almost out the back to the Willunga player, but he couldn't grab it. Comes back down, the umpire comes in for a ball up right in that centre square. The goal square itself. Up she goes up. Right, Laurie gets it. Oh, off the boot of Goma. That's not real good. Handball goes back from Shervington. Can't come up. Charla puts the ball out, goes over. Mills grabs the player up, wraps him around, swings him around, and she sits out at centre half forward for another ball up. And we got, 16 minutes gone this quarter. Up they go. Laurie can't get it out. Turns around, goes over, picks up quick, goes over, wrapped up there. So it's going to be another ball up. Kevy, see if you can get them. 13-12 to Willunga, 4-11 to McLaren on the FPH scoreboard.
And the ball's tossed up again. And down it comes. McLaren out there after the ball and over to Willunga get the ball down the ground. And this will be probably a shot on. It's hard to tell from where we are here. How close you are, I'll be well inside 50, so it could easily be another goal. And this it won't be a win by a few points, it'll be a win by a few goals.
Yeah, it'll be a good win.
So it'll be something to worry about, but not too much. And the ball now comes in.
Oh, another ball. They've slammed the post.
They've hit the post a few times, haven't they? And there's another point only there to Willunga. So they go to what, 13 to 4 goals, 11.
Quickly brought back in by McLaren's. Up and down it goes. Mills gets his hand to it, gets a fist to it. She goes through the interchange right in front of the change rooms here, and it'll be a ball in. As I said, so nearly 18 minutes gone. So still quite a few minutes left here. As we wait now for the ball, there it goes. Boundary umpire gets it in over the back. Shervington can't get to it. Comes over there to Hoke. Hoke gets over the boundary line, and the boundary umpire will repeat it once again. Exactly the same spot. Sets himself. Up it goes. Up it goes. Shervington gets it. Comes out there to Charla. Charla gets the ball over for McLaren's. Comes out again. Willunga get the ball up to Jukas. Jukas bounces one, runs across, left footer, swings it out, goes out wide. Charla goes up, can't get it, knocks it all back, comes around to Goma, he can't get it, turns around, can't get it out through there, overruns it. McLaren's go back in, he picks it up to Goma, and it'll finish up with a ball up in the forward pocket here for Willunga.
What's the bid on a goal out of a pack here to Willunga?
Up she goes, over the back. Shervington goes off, comes out quickly, picked out there by McLaren's. Handball goes out wide, picks his running player out wide, still, it goes out there. I reckon would have been Redigolo. Goes out further, up forward goes, turns around there, stacks on there. The umpire's going to have to come in, and it's virtually on the wing on the top side here. So yeah, she's over. It'll be a good win. Willunga will take a fair bit out of this one. Turn around, goes up into it, goes over, pushes over the top, out the back, quickly picked up there, goes out through there, and McKay goes forward, and he finds his player in Redigolo. So McLaren's can get a little bit of score up here. He turns around quickly, lines up, drives this ball, hangs it. Umpire says, sorry, you've missed that one, and it goes out, and that's exactly how their day's gone. And they turn around, goes for another minor score. They go to 4 goals 12 on the FPAG scoreboard. Willunga 13-13.
And they won't want to remember the 100 years celebration, will they, after this? It's one of those things that only happens once every 100 years, and it's probably only once every 100 years you're going to find a team that hasn't been beat for 2 years gets beaten on that day. Anyway, the ball's down, kicked in by Willunga, and kicks in, and the mark is taken.
Bowley
on the line, and it gets kicked in. Oh, it's not a good kick in though, but it's gone in there to number 21, and that is
Elijah Ware. So Elijah Ware. Play goes on now, and Willunga still marking the ball in the back line down there through Redden to Jack Redden. Jack Redden says, well, I've had enough kicks, so I'll just kick a short one into my mate down there, and that's just what he's done. Over to Brown, and Brown's gone over this pack.
Brownie hadn't been their worst player either out there at the moment, and the ball now that's gone almost all that way down there, just pushing it along, and back it comes now with one decent kick, goes over there, and that was by McLaren, and the ball now is right alongside the boundary line there, and it will be thrown up by the umpire.
Nearly
up
22.
Up it comes, down it comes, and he's not letting him get away. And the ball now will stay there, and the umpire says that was a little bit too high.
Alex Bowley.
And you can have a free kick. He doesn't know where to kick it. Just decides to belt it in a general direction, which is what he's done. Offhands it goes, and there's a couple of McLaren players there. They turn around, get the ball back again, but the kick didn't look where he kicked it, and it's gone over there to our mate again in Jack Redden. And Redden's kicked it over here to number 9 in Danny Juckus. And we'll see if he can kick it. He was kicking them the other day from just about anywhere as well. And he'll come and have a shot now. It's taken a long time. Has a shot down there towards the goal. And that one has missed. It's another minor score only there, and that's another point to Willunga, and Willunga now go to 13 goals 15.
Yep, the ball was quickly played out. So mark out there to Willunga in Rennie. Rennie goes off, finds his player out there in Redden. So Redden gets to line himself up. You can see the 50-metre arc just on him now. So he short kicks in, finds his player go out there, and that's Rennie once again. So Sam Rennie's kicked 3 points. They're not be able to get a major. So it'll be interesting to see
it goes
another
on
3
he'll have a goal, won't he?
Yeah. So both these teams have joint captains, which is unusual in football. Personally don't see the real point in it, but yeah.
Oh well.
Especially when you
it's
have
up to them to do
cast.
what they want to do, I suppose.
Yeah, 2-2, so yeah. He goes off. Minor score only, once again to Rennie. So he sorry, hasn't had his operating boots on. 13-15 Willunga, 4-12 to McLaren's on the FPA scoreboard. McLaren brought the ball in from the back pocket, Kevy.
Yeah, and they've kicked it in short down there, and they've got a player running down the ground. He steps around, and maybe that wasn't the smartest thing he's done today, because they've lost the run of the ball out there. That is McLaren, and Willunga are going to kick it back, but McLaren cut it off in front of where the old scoreboard used to be here at Willunga. Ball kicked down short, and McLaren now just keeping the ball off and just waiting for the siren. They're waiting to get in there and have a drink, I think, which is what they will do in a minute. And that was Elijah Ware's got hold of it. He kicks it back. He's given the run of it out here to to the male medalist, the current male medalist, and he's almost got a goal out of it, or has he? He has got a goal out of it.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 161 Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
Out to 5 goals, 12 to McLaren. And,
can't be too much.
I don't think there's too much more going to happen, is it?
No, we've got other scores around the ground. So back in the centre, it goes up there. Willunga now go forward once again, up and down. And they find the player out there, and that one there looks to be 23 in Maddock Williams. He goes in, turns around, handball comes back, comes over to the Willunga player, sets it all up. He's going to the skinny side again. That one there was Cameron Hutchins, who gets another minor score. 13-16 Willunga, 94 to McLaren on 15-12-42 on the FPH scoreboard.
18-28 between them.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's a lot of scoring shots out there and a lot of minor scores among that lot too. As the ball goes down there, and it's been marked on the far side of the ground by Willunga, and Willunga will kick it back. Oh, that could have been in the back. The player backed into the pack there, and that certainly would have hurt. And now the ball's coming down across the ground. It goes.
Vandeleur, he's playing
Vandeleur gets the ball across the ground, and McLaren is just going to hold it up for a while now. And here's a long down, and I reckon this is Elijah Ware again.
Ellis.
And Ellis has got it this time. He's still out there like the score's almost level. And then he had his pants ripped off, and down the ground it goes. And out there now, Willunga just kicked the ball down the ground. These quarters seem like they're endless down here, don't they?
Yeah.
And here's Willunga kicking the ball across the ground. They've got a player out there to kick it to. There seem to be loose players everywhere, and it's gone out there to number 11 in, can't see with these glasses that I've got.
Cameron McDonald.
Cameron McDonald, yeah.
Jukas goes off, can't find his player. Goma comes out for McLaren, gets the ball, handballs it out. Over it comes. Oh, there's a head-eye contact there, and they got away with that. But Hope gets the ball out for Willunga, goes out in the pocket, fits around for him, goes back. I reckon that was Jukas, puts the ball back over, finds Brown. Brown goes off, bang, drives it all up, and he finds the McLaren player right in the back line. He goes across the face of goals and finds his player in the back pocket, the opposite one. Goes over, drops the ball, coming out well, goes off now, up the top side. Goes out there, over the top, picks it all up. McLaren's can't get onto anything. Gets over, Brown picks it up into there as messenger. He goes out there, goes onto there, and there's the mark. Goes off to there, and he turned around. Cannot play on, the umpire says, so he goes back to there, and that one there is Affinity. So Fennerty, we must be just about gone here.
Oh, we
now.
must be. It'll be pitch
He goes
dark
off
soon.
there. He finds his player in. Handballs on quickly. Fennerty goes out again. Turns around. Handballs. Comes back to Fennerty once again. Fourth touch in about 1 minute. Up it goes. Brett Ellis gets shoved out. He turns around, looks at it there, and that looked like a side swipe throw. Ellis now comes back in. Can't get to it. He wraps the player up, pushes him down, and he turns around and he'll get the ball up on the back flank for Willunga. Up she goes. Laurie can't get out to it. Turns around, goes over, kick smothered. Out they come. Too high, goes out. Comes around to Goma. Goma puts the ball out over the top. Charla gets it. Runs off, drives this ball out, drives into the pocket, goes off there, goes over the boundary line untouched, and will turn around and Mills will get the ball. He brings it back in, comes in, he finds his player out here in Hoke. Hoke, now he sets it all up. He goes over, finds his player there in McDonald.
There
she goes. So 13-16 to Willunga. Certainly kick some points, and they turn around to 5 goals, 12 to McLaren's on the FPAG scoreboard. So it's 94 to Willunga to 42 to McLaren's. So there's the first loss to McLaren's for the season. So it turns around. We'll quickly wrap up here, Kevy. So to our sponsors, I know Steve wants to get away, so we'll go up. We've got the scores from around the ground, so here we go through it for the Centenary Celebrations Round 11 in the Great Southern Football League. Here we have Willunga, the home side, running out winners 13-16, 94 to McLaren Districts 5-12, 42. Goolwa, Port Elliot 15-10, 100 points. Mount Compass 8-4, 52.
Gee, what happened there? That's a big win, isn't
I
it?
suppose Compass can't get out the mud now. They can no good on dry grounds. Langhorne Creek 11-4, 70. Strathalbyn 9-8, 62. Maiponga Selix 19-19, 133. Yankalilla 1 goal for 10 points. So we'll quickly wrap up here so as we can pack up and Steve can get home before it gets dark on us. So the winners today, and remember there's the one match on at 6 o'clock tonight in the A grade starting in Victor Harbour and Counter Bay at the Victor Harbour Oval, starts at 6 p.m. So the winners so far, Willunga, Goolwa, Port Elliot, Langhorns Creek, Maiponga Selix. This is 90.1 Happy FM, Great Southern Footy, Match of the Round on air and YouTube.
This has been a presentation from Victor Harbour's 90.1 Happy FM.